Fuck! You shit!
That's not fuck. Fuck!
Fuck! Ass!
I was
gonna say, it doesn't matter what cuss word it is, as long as it's a cuss word.
Okay.
Fuck is the favorite, though.
We're establishing canon. It's been a long 2 weeks. Thanks for joining us at Diamonds and Dice, where we touch ourselves in an impure manner.
Ovaries.
Every 2 weeks. I hope family's not watching. Anyway.
I said coronavirus.
When last we met...
Diamonds and coronavirus.
Bonham and Mickey O'Neill had stayed at the ship due to drinking, meditating, and whatever else they may be doing. The rest of the party, Leon, Haley, Bartholomew, and our feline fan, Zalaria.
Congrats, you know our character names.
All traveled after Nash, who is Vorig's second in command, who had been previously captured and sent messages in a bottle or paintings in a barrel. They traversed the waters and found that the dwarves that had been his captors actually are pretty nice guys, saying that Nash was hard to get along with, but they never spoke his language and he never spoke theirs, so they let him go because he was pretty much free to go from the get-go. Nash had burned the bridge when he left to cross it, leaving our players to stumble across a wide cavern, to which Haley had said repeatedly, "Let's just use the fly spell." After much difficulty, and I'm pretty sure half of her spell slots, they eventually got around by flying.
It was Leon's fault.
Turth got to walk on walls. Come on.
This is true. We did have spider turf.
Spider turf. So, after that, they had encountered a room underneath the water. Since they all had water breathing, they weren't too afraid of it. And traversing into the water, they had come into a small section where the wall or the ceilings and the floors started glowing. It was a bunch of wraiths, old captors of an old ship that were cursed to stay where this anchor was, who had drowned in this position, came forward, took the life of Haley, and also took the life of Leon.
We're still upset.
Rest in peace.
Almost took the life of everyone else, but Turth had swam away, where they found out that these creatures couldn't go past the chain. So while the dogs were on the chain, they destroyed them when using electricity underwater and retrieved the bodies of their fallen. They brought Haley back to life, although they used reincarnate, so now she looks completely different. And Leon had shown up, part of the magic of a resurrection spell. When someone says no, they get to say a few parting words. They got to see Leon as truly finally with his family where he wanted to stay. Zalaria tossing a stuffed Kusif to...
No, that was Dular.
Dular tossed.
Oh, that's right. The pseudo-dragon, Dular, who is also Zalaria's pet, had tossed the Kusif, the stuffed fanboy dog of Bonham, to the kid raccoon as the family as it came to a close with Leon and his happy place with his family, where there's nothing but elves, and he realizes he's in hell.
No.
So, with that said and done, that's where we ended it. You guys have found the little spot, and you guys have rested. If I remember correctly.
Well, we had to rest to be able to reincarnate him.
Yeah.
To try to reincarnate him.
We were kind of on a little beach. I think is how you described it.
It's in this underwater cavern. There's basically an air pocket.
Yeah.
And it's like eroded slate.
Yeah.
So you guys pop up there, and you guys got your long rest. Not too much time passes before the water starts churning and bubbling underneath you guys.
Oh, God.
Okay, of course I'm ready for this.
You what?
Oh, sorry, okay, I'm ready for this.
Okay, what are you doing?
I am readying my great sword. And the sword, like, I'm just ready and waiting for those bubbles to come up.
So you're holding an action to attack the first thing that pops up? Okay.
Not... Yeah.
Yep. Zalaria?
Just because of what we...
Just gonna wait and see what pops up.
Okay. Haley.
Hasn't
2.0
up yet. Haley
Still
2.0.
2.0.
I would imagine that she's probably about stirring now from the reincarnate.
Yeah, and the long rest and everything.
Yeah.
Okay. Bartholomew, the thing presents itself. Will you attack?
If I recognize it, no.
You can make me a perception check. If you fail, you attack it no matter what it is.
Sounds good. Sorry if it's one of you guys.
Fuck! Make me an attack roll, please.
That would be a 17.
17?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Landon, I don't know your new character's name, but what is his AC?
16.
Okay. You got a 17? Roll damage.
Nice.
God damn!
Oof.
19 points of damage.
Oof.
So, Landon, what a great way to introduce your new character is you come up out of the water with Bonham and Mickey, because Bimbo, Dindo Douchewaggons, Dindo Sissy Spear had sent you guys because they were taking too long. You come up cresting out of the water. You're go ahead and describe your character.
I'm a short, stocky dwarf. I wear a hood and some studded leather armor. And
What kind of beard?
What kind of beard?
Oh, there's many ways dwarves decorate beards, milady.
it's fairly long. It goes down to my knees. And I keep it
Gross.
tied up at the very end with a ornate gold clasp. And it's the same color as my beard. It's red. It's a dark red.
That's the best way for a dwarf to have it, though.
So as this terrifying dwarf emerges from the water, you take your great sword and swing it right into... What kind of armor?
Studded leather.
Oh, that's right. And you pierce through a big section of the studded armor and cut about there to the bone.
What'd you do that for, you fucking cunt?
We were just fighting wraiths. I had no idea what the fuck was coming out of the water. So, my bad. What's your name?
Give me your name, Swordmaster, and I shall give you mine.
You're fired. And it's Horsemaster.
Well, I changed it for the situation.
Okay.
My name is Turtholomew.
Marion Silverfinger.
Well, it's nice to meet you. And thanks for bringing our friends to us.
I wish I could say the same.
There's a dead
And
body of a large
I
raccoon.
will give you a healing potion.
I thought he faded to dust.
Yeah, he faded
Oh, I
to dust.
apologize. Sorry, it's been 2
And
weeks.
Haley's whole body faded to dust as well.
There's a glubbing of the water, and all of a sudden, Bottom pops up. Splash!
Oh, hey, Vada.
What's happening? What'd I miss?
A lot. We don't have Leon anymore.
Then a few more bubbles, and Mickey shows up.
No more raccoons?
Hi.
Why was I underwater?
Because the cavern was covered in water.
Cavern
We
was
had
covered in
to
water.
swim through tunnels of water. Anyways, yeah. So Leon's dead, and Haley was dead at one point.
Ricky!
And suddenly Zalaria realizes all of her mistakes in life.
Is this a normal occurrence for your group?
Explain was dead.
You look over at Haley, and she looks just normal to you.
Because you can't see.
Because all she is a soul
Oh,
piece.
that's right! Oh my god!
You look
Wait.
over.
Nope, it didn't change any of my personality.
She looks completely
It didn't
different.
change your alignment? Okay.
She now
No,
looks
it's just,
like...
it's just appearance. Why?
Okay.
She now, instead of the reddish brown hair that you guys remembered, she has like jet black hair. Straight, kind of pulled back. She has like a different skin tone as well. It's more of like an olive color. And you see these tribal tattoos that go all the way up and down her arms.
Is that you?
Yeah, she looks completely different.
That's my friend.
No, that's
I
not.
know
Is
it's
that a
her.
picture of Ryan?
That's Stark.
He
Oh, no,
has a
it's
mustache. I don't have a boss mustache.
Well, I meant like, was that your profile?
No, she's literally... They use a
Carries on the
reincarnate
server,
spell.
yeah.
She's literally a different person.
I have a
I have like the
Oh,
same
yeah.
personality, the same memories and everything, just a different
She just looks completely
Buddha was born
different.
into a different body.
Just a good body.
What do you look like now?
I
She just
just
described it.
explained myself.
Yeah, dude, were you paying attention or
I
what?
was not. Clear.
Anywho,
She
You're gonna have
has,
to wait.
she has long black straight hair now.
Okay.
And she's covered in tattoos.
yeah, covered in
Finals.
tattoos.
And she has
kind
olive
of like
skin.
an olive skin tone instead of the.
Did her eyes change color too?
I would imagine that they're like a brown color now.
All right.
Like a honey
Instead
pot
of the
brown
green.
or what are we talking about? Like when the sun hits it, is it
Yeah, like a
golden
light,
honey
like
pot?
a lighter
Or
brown.
it was like a dark brown.
Why is there two bonds? Oh,
Kind
never
of
mind.
think like
That's
Scuttle's
the
eyes.
chat.
Okay.
I'm dumb.
Okay.
Kind of
I haven't really like Scuttle in the eyes.
You should.
We should. Yeah,
Eyes.
he's a real pretty puppers.
Thank you.
So anyway, yeah. So there's in Bonham. You look over and she looks normal to you.
Yeah, which is why I'm curious. What's the name was?
Oh, I don't have to change
Well-
my name.
I reincarnated her.
Ooh.
Oh shit! Since Bottom sees an alignment, he can't see me.
Are you?
True neutral.
Yeah, you hear? Yeah. So when the dwarf was talking, it's just like, you're like, oh god, I can't see one of them.
Wait, then how did he get them together?
Because they're both true neutral.
Yeah, we're both true neutral.
I'm true neutral too.
There's a rope tied to him.
He knows my voice.
Obviously.
Underwater. But yeah, well,
Yeah.
underwater. Let's, for the sake of the story, I tied a rope around him.
The paladin.
He just
on a
has to
leash.
trust that that I know what I'm doing here.
So is Fauna missing any
Being
hit points?
terrifying, by the way.
Being like shoved into a wall here and there.
Well, you can
How
still
much does a
sense
healing
walls.
potion
It's a
heal?
short rope.
Huh?
How much does a healing
Sure.
potion heal?
4+4, I believe, or 2d4 plus 2.
Yeah, 2d4
Just put
plus
Bonham in
2.
a fucking
But I want you to get it
beach.
to where full health. Like, if you gotta use 2,
monkeys.
use 2. I have enough.
So 7.
So yeah, we reincarnated Haley. We tried to reincarnate Leon, but he decided he was going to stay dead. So he's no longer with us. But we still have Haley, so everything's fine.
Everything's fine.
Ouch!
He says
I'll
it's
need another
fine.
one.
Oh,
Well, I'm glad you're still alive, but come on, guys. What?
I'm sorry.
Now
I
we got
panicked.
death on our ass.
I panicked, and nobody stopped me. So
well, maybe we can talk to Warwick when we get back to town, and he might be sympathetic since
I was
we're
headbutting the walls
hopefully
at that
saving
time,
his
so.
friend.
Time will
That
tell.
doesn't get me there, but I don't
Let's do this. Let's do
If
this.
not, then I'll find a way to
Then we'll kill that.
get it
No
away
big
from you guys.
I just look at him and be like,
Yeah.
hey, sorry about that, man. And
Oh, water under the bridge.
little jumpy as a
I'll get you back one way or another.
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, to put a point on this, most people in the commoner section of the DMG have somewhere around 7 to 20 hit points. You did a blow that could break doors open and nearly severed his arm. So, like, yeah, you guys are that tough to where you can, like, all Lord of the Rings style, just be like, I can take 100 orcs when everyone else can't.
That still only counts as one.
But, like, still, like, that was one hell of a hit.
Yeah, just too bad it was on a
Are you
friendly.
exposing your chest? Not are you flashing people, but are you showing off your mark?
I would imagine that she has like a button-up shirt, so you probably can see the. It
The-
looks probably like scarification.
I would ask if she wanted to hide it because I have a extra cloak.
Well, I'm just
So-
like just now waking up. I probably haven't even really stirred yet.
As you're buttoning that up, Bonham, you look over and you can see the mark is like an absent space from the soul itself. Like, if the soul is a big, like, clay egg-shaped thing floating in air, it's like there's a hole in the shape of a phoenix straight through her body altogether. In dead center.
Who's that?
And you can, it's
Quirk.
filled on the edges with a black, dark...
Oh, wait a second.
Like the Batman symbol. Except for you can see through it.
Oh, okay.
So when you're looking at that, you know that what from your training, when that's
Use it only
from
for
your training,
emergencies.
you know that means that the Legion's already been
But I lost
notified
my
and
remote.
will come. They usually will kill the person responsible. They'll kill the person who resurrected them, and then they'll kill the entire town. Deathersport's too big, but they will probably clear out a couple blocks just to make it just for fun. You know that as this
Is
gets
it
filled
in that
in,
order?
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, as this gets filled in, it's going to get worse. When it's all black, Lucentarius himself will be calling. Before it gets all the way turned, then you know that death itself will come.
I
And
just
before
broke my
then,
slipper
angels.
edge. I'm
Before then,
sorry.
the legion. Special
didn't
forces.
get that.
Before then, the legion. So you can gauge essentially how
turned.
close to getting fucked you guys are by how filled up this is.
At what point does the Citadel of Rick show up?
I think you probably hit coconut before you hit me.
That's in the Rick and Morty D&D game. We don't play that.
Sure.
It does exist though in
We
D&D.
need to play it.
I mean, technically, the Council of Ricks can exist in any dimension.
Every dimension.
Not mine.
Yes,
So
even
what
yours.
you're telling me is I just have to keep her alive,
Can't
and
do that.
eventually I can punch the Lucentarius in the face.
If you can take everything else that it gets thrown, yes, you may get a shot at slaying a god.
You're welcome.
You have to survive wave after wave.
TPK. TPK.
Worth
TPK,
it to
everybody
punch
but Bonham.
Lucentarius in the face.
Everybody but Bonham dies. Everybody
Hey.
but Bonham dies.
You guys hold this shit until you're level 20, you get a shot. That's all I'm saying. A
I mean-
legitimate shot.
We are called God Slayers for a reason. Might as well make it actually true.
I thought it was God Layers. Shit.
I'm in the wrong group.
So, as you guys sit there and
Just like fight like a
stare at
god.
the new person who's having to wring out his beard wring out his beard from the water, the differences between Haley, and you guys look over and see, where Leon had disappeared. His magic items are still there. No, not the dragon armor. Too powerful to deal with it. But his sword of warning. And what else? There was two that...
The White Dragon scale mail is going to be worth some money.
Yeah, he totally said no.
If you just sell it, I'll be fine with it, but I
Okay.
can't have you guys have
I
it.
would rather.
I mean, it's
I
for a
can't
small creature. It's
I-
sized for a small creature. Can any of you guys even wear it?
Wear, no.
Okay.
Why
Then
would
we'll
we
be
be able
fine
to
with
wear
it.
it if it did fit us?
I mean, it would
We
be able
found
to.
it.
I can put it on my
to
leg.
wear it, but
I can
So-
try to get it around my thigh.
Let's see. He has
That's
the
like
White
God,
Dragon
like,
scale
you
mail,
getting your
a cloak of
card, not
protection,
taking it
long
from
sword
him.
of warning, a +1 short sword, the pistol that Dindo gave him.
pistols are worth it.
We just met this cat and he's giving us stuff?
That's
No,
pretty
No, this
sick.
is from Leon.
This is
Oh,
Leon.
okay.
You divvied up
Well,
Leon's dead body.
you did just meet him, I guess.
I say we just take it and then divvy it out as a bunch later,
Oh, what?
unless someone needs it.
That's a nice short
We're
sword,
just
though.
gonna like Photoshop Leon's
I wouldn't mind
faces
having
and
that.
clouds with some
Good
wings.
morning.
No, not long sword either.
R.I.P. He's a fucking asshole, wasn't he?
Landon actually had somebody commission Leon, or commissioned
I
somebody
know
to
it.
draw
He
it.
showed it to me last game when you didn't show up. Sit down.
Don't forget the cloak of protection is pretty important.
game.
I'm
Me
only gonna
too.
say
Well,
that
you got
once.
to see it when
You said what?
came into the shop.
Yeah.
Cloak of protection.
I was just doing it just to say that she didn't come last game.
I mean, we're gonna take it all. I'm gonna bag
Let's
it
show
up.
those two.
Yeah,
Bag
no,
it
that's what
up.
I'm saying.
Back it up, back it up.
I ever wanted.
A long sword
I
of
thought it was a
warning?
short
Just
sword.
remember
Yeah,
what
I thought it was a
does,
short sword of
and
warning.
Everybody
No, it's a
within
long sword of
30
warning and a
feet
+1 short sword. That's what
Okay.
he has.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just remember what it does actually, because he didn't, and we got fucked.
Is a long sword still a short sword?
No.
When it comes to Leon, it'd be funny to see him carry a long
There are
sword.
rules for it.
Yeah.
There are alternate rules. There does seem to be something wrong with it. Maybe it's that it's attuned to Leon, or was still attuned.
It is an attunement item. yes.
You'll need to see a magical blacksmith.
But it's already glowing. It's like
Oh,
brightly
fuck.
lit.
Fuck.
You know it's got
I know what
potential.
that means.
It's
now.
a fixer-upper. That's what that means.
Time out.
That
Can he
means that
see the
there's-
glow?
Nope.
No, that's a legit question.
No, he
If
cannot.
he can't see the glow, what's the point of him having it?
Very good point. The +1 longsword, and he wants to dual wield.
hums, I think, whenever
Does it hum
people are-
or does it just
I thought
glow?
it just lit up.
I
I thought it was like
What?
Sting.
For
The
the
sword of warning.
Because
no,
it's supposed to wake
here.
you up when you're asleep.
hold on. This magic weapon warns you of danger. While the weapon is on your person, you have advantage on initiative rolls. In addition, you and any of your companions within 30 feet of you can't be surprised, except when incapacitated by something other than non-magical sleep. The weapon magically awakens you and your companions within range if any of you are sleeping naturally when
Oh,
combat
he can- yeah.
begins. That's all it says. You can flavor its warning capabilities however you want. The way I had flavored this one is that it makes a slight, very faint chime, like meditation balls.
It's right.
Ah,
Yeah,
like when
he
you're close to
specific-
something.
So, I mean, we could
Getting
keep it
close
that
to
way
your
too.
target.
Yes, it would
You could
chime.
trap
I remember
a-
that specific.
You could
We could
probably
keep- we
trap
could
a
even keep
neutral
the
soul
chime.
in it, or an
I say we
evil
keep the
soul
chime
in it or
too.
something. Then you can see it.
I figured it
Just attach souls to your
fit well with the whole
objects.
Japanese theme. Meditation balls.
Don't you like the sword?
Marion
Does
wants
that mean
the +1 short sword.
You don't want the sword of warning?
No.
Wow.
I'm a
what the-
rogue. I need a finesse weapon.
Oh, sure you would. Okay.
So, Bonham can have the long sword of warning. If I can have the +1 short sword.
I don't see anything.
I'm just surprised.
I don't see anything wrong with it. You got a nice new sword.
How many is
Can I
that?
have the gun?
Yeah.
I
Take
I make a prayer
robe
for
of
everyone.
protection.
Sure.
I already have a robe of protection.
You already have a robe of protection.
And this way,
so yeah,
he's
robe
kind of
of
always
protection.
with you. And that's a good thing. And is anybody taking the cloak of protection?
I am.
Smart.
So I get.
Is it robe of protection or cloak of protection?
Cloak of protection.
Cloak of protection.
I don't think I could wear it, even if I had it.
Yeah, you
I'm wearing the robe of use of.
go.
There's a difference between a robe and a cloak.
Yeah, there is a difference.
A
and
robe is like a bathrobe, but a cloak
also, technically, in this edition, if you want, you can wear as many of the same. You can wear 2 cloaks at the same time.
But you only get
Attunement. Attunement is how they get around
Yeah.
your limit. At least to my knowledge. Everything that I've seen. So yeah, like I said, you sit there and as you attune to the item, you can go ahead and mark that it's attuned after you get it on your thing. It just keeps chiming.
Oh, joy.
What kind of bullets were those that you had with his pistol? Just the Renaissance ones?
Yeah, the Renaissance ones were the musket style ones.
The breeze from the window feels
Mm.
good.
So, yeah. So you guys finish taking a little break on everything else. The world is yours.
Well, oops. I don't think we want to go back out the way we came in, so we should probably keep going, especially since we haven't found Nash.
Water breathing is still effective on you guys for another 2 hours.
Which I thought we could can we?
I can redo it.
Yeah, as a ritual.
Mm-hmm.
There's no reason to not always have water.
And that would just reset the 24 hours, correct?
Yeah, you don't stack it, but
Yeah.
It's not rollover minute.
I'm gonna live in Atlantis.
We could if it was rollover.
Get that
minute.
mermaid puss.
Right.
I'm gonna live in Atlantis.
They just shed eggs in the corner, dude.
You're not missing anything. Trust me.
I have that too.
Puffy vagina.
Run
It
them
doesn't
through
seem very
Well, I
bad.
mean, it's kind of hard to forget. It has an A over the initiative, so
Nice.
that's nice.
Yeah.
And also, you
Oh,
might
yeah,
want
I
to
did.
check, and you can't be surprised.
The entire party
No,
cannot be surprised.
Within 30 feet.
Yes.
Except these fucking things won't shut up. Like they're constantly ding 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 ding. I mean, it's kind of cool because it's almost like you're in a Zen garden or a spa, but they won't stop.
Well,
Hard to be
everybody has
warned when
one
you're always in
I make
danger.
beats out of it, you know.
Just start singing to it.
So yeah, you guys recast that. Like I said, world's yours.
Bonham Dre.
Dr. B.
Dr. Bonham.
Dr. Bond.
He's more like Ray Charles.
Oh, I pretend I didn't
All right.
see that.
Because he's blind.
I'm pretending.
If we go down, can we see the way?
Stick your head back in. It's a tube that goes this way from the wraiths straight down.
So the wraiths are that way.
Yeah, wraiths are
I want to
left.
go the opposite way of
You're
the
gonna go to the
wraiths.
right. Okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna let everybody know that we should probably go that way. I'm not just gonna go myself. Hey guys, I'm leaving. Bye.
Peace.
You are alone. As you swim, you start noticing about an hour in that the water starts getting more cold.
Common
Cold.
war mission thieves game.
That means it's going down.
Again, even under the
Going
water,
Mm-hmm. It's even more noticeable.
You can still, yeah, you can hear the chimes. They're maddening almost. You guys go and eventually you'll cross into what looks like a slope into a large body of oxygen.
This looks like a slope, but I think it'll have a large body of oxygen soon.
Well, you see like the top of the water.
I can see the top of the water.
Thanks.
You
Haley.
guys here?
They know. They know. Just know.
I mean, if I can see the top of the water, I want to go up and
Okay.
investigate. Or
Do we don't really
Check
have
it.
much choice.
I'm already up.
Delar's
and
just swimming around you.
I'm already up.
is
there.
it bad? I imagine an iguana swimming.
When you crest across to the top of the
Iguanas
water,
actually just swim
Yeah.
like this.
Oh,
They don't use their
my
feet.
grandpa
you
used to
notice
have
that
Oh,
one, and he had a
nice.
junior Olympic size swimming
like when you
pool,
first crest up out of it,
That's amazing.
Yeah,
It's
do
like
one of these,
Charlie
I do
got
one of
out,
these.
and it was just
like
like
one of the Apocalypse
we're
Now.
all worried.
Yeah, my
like,
eyes
can,
just above.
can
I'm like,
iguanas swim? Like we
So
didn't
you
know. And
you
it's like,
expect to see like a little like shoreline or something, but what
We
you
went swimming
don't,
with
it's
Charlie.
it's almost like
That's
you see
awesome.
the walls are made of
This
water,
iguana
and the
was-
ceiling's made of
iguana was
water.
almost
we got some Ozark shit going on here.
It's like
That's awesome.
it's
More
like
some Moses shit.
no, it's like you're in a bubble almost.
Charlie.
Okay.
I think
And
Grandpa got rid
the
of it.
edges of it, like you notice as you
Didn't
crest
Grandpa
your
get rid
head
of
up,
it when
I
he
think
moved-
so.
like it
when he
almost
moved?
has like an algae to it.
Kind of like a film.
Yeah, and then you
Well,
like
almost like,
it
almost like
peels
I was
away.
underneath water,
And
but
she
I
was
came
on
up
her
and there was some
second tail.
oil. And I'm
She
like,
busted
Right.
one of them
No,
out.
it does peel away from your
I have a good
face, so
story
it
didn't
didn't
peel
pop
off
that I'll
immediately.
tell you guys
Peel
on
up.
Smoke
Yeah,
Break.
it sloughs off like
Just remind
algae,
me
like
sometime.
okay, gross.
But it's
Alright.
an amazing story.
All right. So
when you crest across the top, you notice that in this room there's water and a sphere all the way around you. It's like you're in a giant bubble. And when you come up out of the water, it's like this weird bluish film with algae. And it pops, and the whole bubble doesn't pop or wreck. Like, you just come out of it.
Ew. Gross.
Okay.
Like placenta. Picture placenta on you. Gain inspiration?
I forgot to give the warning.
What warning?
As always, I'm going to have to give a standard warning that today's game is going to be incredibly hard and could involve TPK. Also, don't forget that you can't quit the game just because you're angry at one particular situation. TM. Okay.
Side effects may include. Go, go,
You
go.
can't say TM.
But, no, seriously.
can.
Well, the
My
shit I'm
initials.
throwing at you guys
Oh.
may get you guys angry.
What, like the Wraiths didn't?
I might get told I'm a little asshole and I'm unfair.
Well, I mean,
Fuck
how
you.
is that different from every other day?
You did
Anyway.
kill 2 characters
Yeah,
last
that's
game,
true.
so there's that.
So, yeah, you guys come across the edge and it's this pop little bubble thing.
Placenta.
Most of you guys come up to, I take it?
He's gonna be tied to me, so
Okay. So just
So
for
he
the
had no
underwater
choice.
portion.
If he's going
Because
up
you
or
can
not.
still see walls and all that, but you can't see these two, but you can still see them.
Can I taste some of it? I
All
want
those
to taste
people I
some of
know.
That's
Or
true.
That you can see.
Like, I guess you don't have to be tied up if you don't.
I'll have a rope tied to me, so if he needs
A little
if
support.
we go a little further ahead,
It's up to you. Yeah. So as you all come up, you notice the same thing, kind of placenta. You notice that
I might, yeah.
parts, like, as you're coming up, you're noticing that the land that you're standing on isn't held on to anything. It's just more of this algae.
Okay, so it's like magical.
And the rest of the algae just kind of
So are we
fixes
just
where you guys
Is
came
it
from.
magical?
in a bubble?
You guys are now in the bubble, yes.
Do anything to our skin? Like, kind of weird stuff to our skin?
It's just a
It
blue
feels cool to
stuff.
the touch.
Cool.
Yeah, it actually, it feels very cool to the touch. You can make me a medicine check to see if you can recognize the substance.
Oh, no, I'm just going to eat something.
You take a bite.
Can I? I'm
Have you ever eaten seaweed in real life?
Yeah.
Like not like cooked or on a sushi roll, just seaweed.
Just seaweed, yeah. That
Because it's
that
different.
weird crunch kind of.
It's different when it's
kinda
not added to
dry,
something.
kind of. Yeah, right.
Yeah,
It's kinda
almost like a spinach, but not.
really gross. Yeah,
You know, like very.
that
irony?
texture.
Yeah. It's like that. It's not bad. So like you're tasting it. The only thing is, it's also a little soupy. It's kind of
I
very
got a
similar
15
to
on medicine check.
chemicals you probably would prefer not to have in your mouth.
We're gonna get coronavirus?
Dude,
It's the
people are
cure.
dying. Don't joke about that.
People die every day.
So
I
yeah, you
got a
taste
15
it.
on my medicine check.
A 15. You've seen these kind of things before. They're very common to put on like burns.
Okay.
It's not a common algae.
Good, I
It's
have
easy to
heartburn.
farm because it grows like a motherfucker, but it's harmless.
Does
I
it
had
moisturize?
heartburn.
It does.
Thinking for.
I would suggest to Zalarian,
The
you
frog
might want to
human.
pick some of this
Yeah.
out.
I'm thinking for it.
Add it to the
Scrape to the
greenhouse?
wall.
We're about to
Yeah.
awaken that
Since I
bitch.
don't
That's
know
what we're
about
gonna
the
do.
greenhouse.
You have like a vial or something?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was gonna say, I assume
I have
she's
a
got
jar.
an empty bottle or something that she put. So.
Yeah, I'm gonna fill one of my
Check your
jars
jar.
too. So.
You guys can go ahead and add a D4 to the uses of your medicine kit.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. Little rewards, man. The bubble itself starts to shake after about 15 minutes. Pressure's in, and you guys feel the pressure.
Can I figure out if it's like if
Can
it
I
was
do an
a
invest-
spell that was cast, or is it like a natural thing that just happens?
You can make me a nature check.
I was gonna do like ask if I could do like an investigation check to try and figure out the source of the bubble.
Absolutely. Please do.
Not bad.
18.
That'd be a 26.
Good. And you got an 18?
Mhm.
You can tell these kind of buildups are not uncommon. Again, like it's not everywhere. It's not like a fig tree or something like that.
Right.
It's more like an elusive but common enough plant to where people can find these kind of algae, and it takes very specific rocks to create them. But this is pretty normal. They do trap oxygen incredibly easy, and in some cases can create big pockets of oxygen even under the sea. And they just kind of hang out until they eventually get popped.
Okay.
And it does take a lot to pop them because the algae grows so fast.
Right.
So you take a look and you notice, you're like, okay, so this all adds up to that, and you can gather very similar things, maybe not from necessarily knowledge, but as just seeing the clues that you have, you're like, okay, I see what this is going to do. But you also notice that there's a rock, basically a couple of rocks that are keeping it tight, and you can see that they're slowly getting absorbed by the algae itself, and you're guessing that it's going to be free very soon. This bubble's probably going to like move.
Okay. I'll let everybody know, hey, this bubble's probably going to move here pretty soon. We probably shouldn't stick around here too long.
Well, let's get it moving.
Let's go.
So it's
Let's
an
go.
it's an upward path. How are you guys moving?
Wait, so we have to go up to get out of the bubble?
Yeah, you guys came up out of a tube basically,
Okay.
and came into a bubble. It's still going up.
Okay. Can we climb the walls of the bubble?
Of course, make me a climb check. Athletics.
Or I could just cast fly on everybody, and then we could just fly
Hey,
out.
she said that 5 times last time.
Well, don't Tabaxis have spider bond?
Yeah, I do.
Basically.
They have a climbing speed,
Yeah.
so it means they don't have to make a check.
You're right.
Yeah,
Fucking
actually.
DM Nazi. So yeah, you start climbing.
I would have figured that out eventually. I just can't remember how to navigate D&D Beyond.
As your claws sink into it, and you see the algae just kind of scrapes and leaves it underneath your fingers.
No, it's a do.
What are you doing to get out? The rest of you?
Are you gonna cast fly, or do I need to make a climb check?
I'm seeing how many people
It's
I can
somewhere.
You
cast
said
fly on.
athletics.
Damn.
If you can only cast it on 4 people, I can climb.
And no roll
Yeah, I
for you.
can only cast it on. Wait, no, it is.
Fucking A.
Four.
You goddamn Casanova.
Just
Yeah, I
cast
can only cast it on 4 people.
Okay, that's fine. I'll make a check.
I don't think I'm proficient in
Nice.
athletics.
Why pay for Snapchat Premium when you can look in the mirror and see
That's
it
why.
for free?
My
Oh, I am proficient in athletics, but my bonus isn't very good.
Okay,
that's
so
why I
I'll
said
cast it on us 4.
yeah, and
He can
I
climb and
climb.
she can climb.
Yeah, we'll
Okay.
just climb up the
So
wall.
this set
That'd
has
be great.
fly.
and while I'm climbing, I would like to make little
You're gonna use the pittons.
pittons for
And the rope.
Okay.
Okay.
As I go up.
Go ahead and gain advantage.
Okay.
Well, the edges are basically algae on rock.
That way, if I slip and fall, I can. It's a ball.
Like it's not an actual round bubble.
I
It's
don't
a,
fall all the way back down.
Yeah,
to the
just
water. All right. So when you guys start going, I guess I'm going to be the slow one here.
We're just
That's
flying.
cocked.
What?
Your dice roll's finally coming to an end.
Oh, yeah, I rolled an 8 and a 5, but guess what? Still got a 21.
His athletics is
You
ridiculous.
ever climb rocks before?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So There are parts where you have to do the put your hand in and squeeze real hard. You know what I mean? In order to create a thing. Like you're doing the pittance and then you just look over and you reach in and you squeeze and you do some of that. And it's just, and you man mode up it. And then she just, with her claws.
Climbing around me.
The rest of them just do Lar. Flies. Yeah, so you guys get to the top of the bubble, and then the minute you pierce through it, back in water, which you guys can breathe. And you continue flying, you continue climbing. As you guys get up about what seems to be somewhere in the neighborhood of 60 to 100 feet, like it's not like you're measuring, so it's like in that range.
Yeah.
Suddenly, the cavern itself, you hear a... and the bubble starts freeing itself. It starts rushing up towards you guys. On a timer. What you doing? Go.
Moving out of the way.
I'm continuing to climb. Like, I have no option right now.
Wait, are we still inside the bubble?
No, we're out.
No, you guys get out of the bubble and climb through it and everything.
Oh, okay.
And then when you're up quite a bit, the bubble frees
Okay,
itself
yeah,
and has come up.
so Lyria's gonna get out of the way.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and find a little alcove.
Okay.
I really have no options at this point.
Search check for alcove people. No options, you're just trying to outrun it.
I'm going to outrun it, and if it catches me, I'm just going to...
Did you say
Hold
perception?
Another climb check. Yes, I did. Another climb check, not an advantage, because you don't have time to put the pittance in.
You're good.
What do you do?
24.
Hold those numbers.
Going up.
You're just going up, trying to outrun it too, but you're flying. So, you?
I think I'm just gonna go up as well.
Okay.
20.
And you got a... Oh,
24.
let me get Jonathan too. Sorry. What are you doing? Are you going to try to outrun it, or what you doing?
You can't run underwater.
No, but you're
You can
flying.
swim
You're
faster.
flying.
Well, I'm gonna keep flying.
Okay. So, trying to outrun. Trying to outrun. Trying to outrun. Trying to find alcove. Trying to find alcove.
Yeah, I've got a
Trying to
23, by the way.
Okay, a 23
24.
and 24. You guys find alcove at the exact same time and go in, and there's not enough room for both of you.
Well, this is awkward. Nice to meet you.
Bubbles coming. Bubbles actually rocking rocks free.
I'm gonna
because
push
you
her
can
out
tell
of the
it's
way.
just- You just shove her out of the way and go into the
I'll shove
alcove. Okay. Do you resist being shoved?
She would, actually.
Okay. This is an opposed acrobatics or athletics check out of you two.
Oh, man.
Remember, you're flying. She's not.
19.
A 19.
You said athletics or what?
Or acrobatics. Kirby, why'd you eat that leaf?
21.
What did you get?
19.
So as you kind of like stonewall her a little bit, and you have more of your hand grabbed onto the edge in it. How do you shove him out of the way?
Just like grab him by the shoulder and just throw him out there.
You're flying out.
Yeah, I guess I start swimming up, then try and outrun it.
You do, and you find an alcove.
Okay.
So you guys have that little exchange, duck in, you fly up, and you look over, and you're looking straight into an alcove. It looks like there's some kind of shellfish creature that died in there and has rotted away, and it's basically the rock itself has collapsed on it, but it's an open airway to a very large shell. So you just fly on in there. Okay, for those out running, what is your speed? Terry, hold on to yours because yours is special.
Can my backup character be a hermit crab? An awoken hermit crab that lives out of a human skull?
What's your speed?
I mean, it's gonna be slow. I'll have to be careful.
No, what's your speed now?
Oh, my speed now? No.
Okay, hold on. You don't understand. The other day it was just the three of us in the shop, and Amanda goes, "Can I play an awoken monkey?" Zach noped so hard he left the shop for 20 minutes.
It was my lunch.
It was my lunch. Wait.
I'm waiting on you to know something about your character.
Oh, damn.
I need to know your speed.
I know his name.
I almost stuck these in my pasta.
Actually, that would have been
What's
good.
wrong with that?
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Oh,
I
the
wish I
cinder?
did.
No, the harvest cheddar.
Thank you so
Am
much.
I my Tim chips?
No, thank you.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Uh-oh. No. Fuck some chips. They
Fuck
nasty.
you!
Would you back it up?
30
Kimasabi?
feet. Okay, 30 feet for everybody. Terry, you're climbing. 40?
That's my movement speed.
30 feet.
Okay. So it's half because you're climbing.
Yeah.
Okay.
So 20.
Make me a strength save.
Just
Hey.
a straight up
Mm-hmm.
Let's try to save.
save. Okay.
Why did you eat that leaf?
Ooh.
That is a 33.
You got a nat 20.
So when the bubble overtakes you, you brace for impact on reflex, and you feel the immense pressure of this bubble push up against you.
Mhm.
And let's see, instead of rolling, we could just go with the average. So you only take 12 points of damage, halved. The rest of you have outrun it by 5 feet.
Nice.
Well, I mean, there's also next turn too, so let's figure some shit out. You can go near your alcove, and suddenly you just see the blue kind of like slime, and you're like, oh shit, because it bows in towards you, and you're like, oh shit, and you feel the pressure. All of a sudden,
Sorry. It's my friend's birthday.
oh, okay, all right, as long as it's not, getting in the way of the game.
It's not. Keep playing.
So the pressure like actually forces your body in and causes pain, and then you just see it go past. Same thing with you, except for when it hits the edge, it because those creatures had, like the pressure. Nature itself has a lot of physics designed to protect them against those kind of things. So yeah, it doesn't bow in as much for you, and you're just like, what the fuck? It just goes past you. All right, Turth sits there in man modes and just gets pushed up against the edge. You start getting ground into some of the rock, but you're able to like push out a little bit. You see there's a tiny little snail that sits there, just kind of like
On the rock looking at me.
right where your face would have crushed it, and then just keeps going on. So for the rest of you guys, the bubble's within 5 feet of all three of you. What are you doing?
I'm gonna look for some kind of an alcove.
Okay, investigation.
Investigation.
This charted course is coming straight for us.
The bubble is going to overtake you.
It's gonna overtake us.
You don't want any more?
No, I'm gonna eat more,
Okay.
but if I put it right here,
I just
it
try to move
makes
out of the way
microphone
of it.
noises. It makes
Okay. No, it's in a
Makes
pinned up
noise
corridor,
in the
so that's kind of
microphone.
like
I got
looking
you.
for an
Thank you,
alcove.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, make me an investigation check.
Investigation check.
It was an 18.
An 18.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the same thing.
Okay.
I have no idea what y'all are doing
Let it go.
because I'm stuck in the bubble.
Let it go.
Oh,
No, I
no,
think it's on the
go.
outside.
Can I try and shoot it and pop it?
You certainly
Pop
may.
it.
I shoot
It's
across.
a 17.
What's 17?
At the bubble. Try to pop it.
Block, block, and drop it. Block, block, and drop it.
Twist it. Pop it.
Can I have some of the Oreos?
They're mine.
I'll do it.
I got a party pack
Yeah.
for a reason.
I'll grab one.
So I was doing checkout with me, fun story about this.
don't mean to.
And they're like, oh,
yeah.
this is a great combination. 2 monsters and Oreos.
A 15? Okay. So
Caffeine and sugar. So I'm gonna be up for a while.
you guys take a look and you find,
Good.
but there's only 2 alcoves. There's 3 of
I
you
know,
as
I
you
know.
guys all rush towards it. Who gets the alcove?
I mean, I'm below it, so.
No, yeah, no, these 3.
I'll let them
I
have
shoved Bonham in.
I'll let them have it. I shove her in.
You shove Halium.
She shoved Bonham in, and I shove her in.
Yeah. So you guys get into the alcove just fine. Now you're sitting there and you're looking around and you don't see another alcove and the bubble's coming straight for you. Anything else you want to do?
Bollocks. Oh, wrong guy.
Yeah, you actually have clothes right now.
Yeah. Take my clothes off. I
After
just
that
kinda-
hero moment you just had?
I just go, just kind of let it happen.
Brace for it,
Yeah,
kind of
just
thing.
let it happen. Yeah, deep breath.
Take
Kind of like taking it up the ass. You just got to take a deep breath and
Relax.
relax it. Whoop, the head is the worst part.
So after Mickey's heroic performance, he sits there and braces for impact. I dig. Oh. Make my attack roll.
If I didn't have inspiration, I would have gained it. That's what I'm saying. If you don't give it away, you
Yeah, we're pushing her in.
Yeah.
Well, that was
Plus,
awesome.
hey. 15 hit.
Sorry,
Oh, you're good.
Mm-hmm.
you're good.
Actually, I thought it was
That would
coconut
be
at first.
6 piercing damage from a crespit.
6 piercing?
Yeah.
Okay. as the bubble goes right past you guys, it does the same kind of weird sucking thing. And you're like, oh god, okay, cool. And then Mickey, you're sitting there just waiting, and the bubble's coming up, and you're like, this is probably gonna rock my head against the rocks. And you're like, the prophetic part of you kind of like starts picturing like all the different possibilities.
Mhm.
But you haven't had a vision of it. It's just possibilities how they can open up. You imagine your head getting dashed against the rocks and various other things, and you're like, well, at least Haley doesn't have to be born again. And suddenly the bubble stops and explodes into a million littler algae bubbles and just flows over.
Move your leg for her, please. Oh my god.
And it just explodes all around
She
you.
refused to go
And it's,
anywhere.
it's almost kind of magical how they
just kind of separate.
with their little blue, beautiful bubbles.
Yeah, it's like if a bunch of fairies were together,
Mhm.
and like flying, and then like Ferngully, where they were all together, and
And
they
then just
they flutter away like butterflies or some shit.
and then you see this
Well, they're
crossbow
bubbles.
bolt just fly through the air that seems to have popped it.
Is my guy here?
Yeah, you look down and you see him kind of sticking over the edge.
It's a fucking animal.
The only one.
Yeah, only one, and then obviously we had a complete conversation there. We know what's up. We know what's up.
The rest of the way after that isn't too complicated.
I turn to them and I go. Yeah, everybody. knows.
Right.
Haley will go like this. Thank you. In sign language.
Is sign language a language in your world?
Of course it is.
Alright.
It's mostly military sign
Is
language.
this still thank you?
Our viewers might need to know, and you can learn all kinds of things. You're welcome.
I think so.
Thank you.
Mm, bullshit.
Diamonds and Dice was brought to you in part. by viewers like
Bullshit.
you.
Yeah, bullshit. That's my boss the other day.
After
My
that,
monk is gonna have jeweler's tools.
you what?
I said my monk is gonna have jeweler's tools.
Wow. So after that, you guys actually come up. As you continue on through the tunnel, it widens and widens and widens even more.
Mm-hmm.
And when you guys come up on the other side, you hear the sound of gulls and everything else. I mean, it's pitch black because it's always pitch black in my world. But you look over and you see it's almost like an oasis inside of an island.
Oh, are we out of the cave?
You see there's a fire going in the corner.
We might catch up tonight.
Wait, there's a
And
fire
like
going in the corner?
Yeah, it's because it's like you're on. It's like picture an island out in the middle of nowhere,
Oh, I know. No, I got that part, but I just. No, keep going. You're fine.
and then poke a hole in that and put an oasis there.
Okay.
That's where you guys came up from the oasis in the middle. It's like a donut island.
So we pretty much came up out of a well, essentially, type thing. Okay.
Yeah.
I got you.
And the water, of course, tastes, like you guys have had enough. It's not salty here. You see a fire and the backside of an 8-foot tall person, and he's just. She is for Cookie.
Fuck. We just intercessed them straight.
I want to cast light.
Suddenly the figure turns around and you look, I've shown you a picture of it before, but a half orc and half ogre. Where ogres are like the size of a small hut,
Mm-hmm.
half ogre, half orcs are 8 to 9 feet tall. Like they're getting the size of a Goliath. Pretty damn big. That light green in color. Mm-hmm.
You mean to tell me?
And I'm assuming that since he's friends with Rory, that he speaks common. I'm
Mm-hmm.
assuming.
Well, he did just say C is for Cookie.
So.
Oh yeah. I'm going to cast light so it shows our.
But is it good enough for him?
He suddenly is surprised by the light and turns and looks.
Blinded by the light.
Blinded by the light, rev up like a deuce in the middle of the night.
Blinded by the light. Wrapped up like a
Okay, guys.
Just remember how close that
If-
could have been, just having a gelatinous cube in that corridor you were just in at the top.
Yeah.
So
It's
it looks kind
Jell-O,
of like that.
just Eat it.
So
That guy right there.
Like that.
He ain't scary. He looks like he looks like that DC character, the rhyming motherfucking dude. You know, the Gorgon or Gorgonaut or whatever the fucking medieval dude. You know what I mean, right? He like says it like a rhyme or something, and he turns into this fucking demon. No, Gorgamel.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, I know
I
exactly
can't
what
think
you're
of his
talking
fucking
about,
name.
too.
I can't remember his name. I don't know why.
He's badass though.
Okay.
He's not from DC.
So, I'm sorry.
Yes, he is.
We have closed
Extra-
captions,
extra.
or an extension that does closed captions, and I'm
Right.
watching it to see how well it picks up on everything.
Totally wrong.
No, it's about 80% right, except I'm just watching it, and it says motherfucking, and then Jonathan says fuck, and it goes fuck, star, and I'm like, but you just said fuck 2 sentences ago.
What's going on here?
Oh, I'm sorry. I know you
This is
disapprove of
just
spelling.
repeating.
Fuck.
You're an F star cunt.
It is kind of entertaining to watch it because when you said it's like F star. Anyway, so he's sitting there and he turns around all of a sudden at the light and he starts digging a hole.
Borg sent us.
Yeah.
He sent us to find you.
We're from Dather's Port.
I'm from the dwarves just outside. I came to get you because I like you.
Vorig? You know Vorig.
We're really good friends with him, actually.
He sent us.
I've heard of him.
You use lot word when little word do trick.
I knew Kevin was coming into this somewhere.
I got this, guys. Remember, I'm the dumb one.
Let me just speak.
I'm not dumb.
It's an inside joke. Joke.
Language is...
I
It's not as fun as yelling in orc.
speak orc.
And then he says, well, absolutely, my child. Like, it's the orc equivalent. Like, he speaks perfect orc.
It's like Hispanics learning English. Yeah. So, and we
After,
have
like-
this
How is it
conversation.
that you come to know Vorig?
We
Well, we
saved Davenport.
Do you speak orc?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
All three of us speak orc.
Your pet also speaks our language. This I
I'm
find
not
intriguing.
a pet.
She's actually saved my butt a couple times.
A mighty one in a tiny frame
Yeah.
with a tail. What is that? What you're doing? You're like,
What the fuck is going on right now?
So
It's okay. I don't know what they're saying either.
So I explained to him that Vorig sent us. He needs help,
yes,
and he wanted you to come back.
of course. That's
So-
why I sent the pictures. Did you catch the pictures? You look
I sh-
over it. He's made a
I sh-
makeshift.
I show him the pictures.
Oh,
He sent us
so they
just
did
in
come
case
of-
if you didn't believe us that
they
we
did come
got
of
the
Smith.
pictures. Yeah.
Says, I'm glad to see it. And then you look and you see he's taken like ripped sails that like have washed ashore, and he's ripped the canvas off those. He's put them around wood. It looks like he's also a wood carver. So, and he's doing some beautiful paintings. Like, and you can tell he's taken different berries and things that are found around here and mushed them together to make the paint. Like some fish parts and
Lipstick type shit.
Yeah.
Red M&Ms for lipstick.
A true artiste.
yeah. So he sits there and he's like, well, good, because I'm glad you finally found me. I miss Vorig. I miss being a part of the gang. The dwarves have been treating me fine, but they speak some strange, idiotic language.
Yeah, we noticed that they don't speak a lot of common or other things.
No, the version of common I have a lot of trouble understanding.
But we're here to take you home, essentially.
Home! Thank you!
I look at them and I'm like, that's just the conversation. So, you ready to go? You guys ready to go?
Yeah.
Yes!
And folks, at the top of the hour, I'm gonna go smoke.
Smoke!
And we'll take a break at time.
But at least he found it.
Go!
Okay.
Go!
Welcome back. So he looks at the rest of it. Home, good, like home, lots. Vorig. He turns. These seem like wonderful individuals, very classy. I like them an awful lot.
They're quite nice.
They are very quite nice.
The-
Where did you come across these amazing adventures?
Well, the dwarf sort of.
pretty.
Aww.
The dwarf sort of just showed up. Haley, we actually kind of hired for help, and Mickey. I can't remember how he joined our group. I think he just showed up at the bar one day and was like, "Hey, let's do things together," and that's how we became friends.
Well, you make friends quite nicely and quite swiftly.
They were really rude to me when I met them.
We
Sorry.
were like super rude to him
They were
initially.
like really rude to me.
Marzio especially.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
He goes,
how that
And
Puts
we
his
just
big
started
hand
out
on
with
you.
the fight.
I mean, it's
and
like
then,
this big.
He
You know.
used his
Sorry.
divination to like cause
Sorry.
Roscoe's attack to
You
not
know
go
be
correctly.
sorry.
He's actually getting a little bit of a
Wasn't
tear
that
going.
when
You know
we
be
first met
sorry.
Mickey?
I put my
No, that
When they had your-
Tiny little baby hand on him.
They had a duel.
Yeah, that was over like a thing with Schwaffa actually.
Oh.
Could you tell me what is that annoying sound?
That's his sword.
It does.
Loud. Oh, sorry. Loud.
Loud
It's a very loud.
noises.
It's a very loud chime. Does it have an off switch or anything like that?
Can I turn it down?
No.
Sure.
Does that have a volume button?
You can unattune to it.
Yeah. But I mean, if it's chiming, then isn't that something you should pay attention to?
We're in danger.
That means that there's danger near.
So,
Danger is afoot.
oh well, this is not a dangerous island, but the way up here. Did you encounter the algae buildup?
It's gone.
I had to ride it up here. It was. It does that every now and then. I slept too near the water once, and a big bubble came up. I had a crab snap my nose.
He
I ate it.
Could have been fun.
He popped it, so it's no longer there. My concern is
I think it rebuilds because it came up and brought me
it's
up.
possible.
Hmm.
I like
My
that.
right.
Well, I like you too. You're a verified individual.
My concern.
Nice.
My concern is the wraiths.
Oh,
They killed one of ours on our way here.
just to find me.
Yeah.
Says it appears that I owe you all a life debt.
Well,
We're not gonna mention that, okay?
Okay, fine. I'll cover up my scar that's on my chest then.
He stands up and he kneels down to one knee and he says, "For coming to try to rescue me from the fairly abrasive dwarves, and for losing a friend, I will go with you, and
If
I
I can
thank you."
understand that, I'd be very offended.
I don't understand that.
And he stands back up.
So is there not another way out of the cave then?
Well, I mean, we're
We're
up in
out
the water
now.
now.
Wait, we're out of
We're
the
out
cave?
of the cave now.
We're in
You're on a
island.
little island, kind of
Just a
shaped with
random
an
island.
oasis on the inside. You guys went through, and remember, there's the big rocky crags. You look over, and you can see them. I mean, now they're quite a far way out, but you can see that. But it looks like this came up. It came through an underwater cavern and then popped up into a little island.
So
Where
I
the
could
tectonic plate had brought it
I
up.
could swim back, get our rowboat, bring it back to the island, and we don't have to go back through the caverns.
You could try. Hopefully, you don't get eaten by a cracker.
Or you could shapeshift.
Well, that's what I was gonna do. I'm not gonna swim across the open ocean as myself.
Hopefully.
Yeah, I think that's a wonderful
Oh.
way.
Or
You can just turn into a whale and we can ride you.
I was gonna say I could turn into a blue whale and
I
just
don't
carry
know if you would
everybody.
be able to. Would you be able to carry him as well?
As a
Blue.
blue whale, yeah.
Big.
Yeah.
I want to wait for my life to be over.
That chiming is annoying.
Well, we'll try and fix it at a later date. So you guys just want to do that then?
What's a shot?
Right time. Right time. This is exhilarating.
Let's go!
Okay. So Larry will hop in the water, turn into a blue whale.
I just want to say, next time, if Bonham is still alive, and next game we aren't able to make it show up, I want you to story it that Bonham is teaching him how to speak in
How to speak it more appropriate.
Oh my God.
It takes 200. I looked up in the DMG. It takes 250 days to learn a language. I'm certainly
Sounds about
allowing
right.
ways to speed it up. Especially because the DMG is assuming you're spending 8 hours a day, and no one's fucking doing that. Ever in game. They just want it to be long so people don't just immediately go, okay, we all know a different language in common. Now we know all these languages.
Right.
But, yeah, like I said, there are ways to speed it up. But yeah, 250 fucking days. Anyway. I like how you did the football grab for it. The triangle. Dorito. So, turning into a blue whale, you are certainly large enough to where everyone can hold on to a section of you and you swim out. Even Big Boy. There will be a random encounter, though, unfortunately.
Uh-oh.
Lots and lots of dolphins start swimming up next to you, splashing out of the water. They like to ride alongside the blue whale. They're trying to figure out why you're carrying people. They follow you out, and then you can see the ship. You see that Dindo actually has one of his crew members, that he has a gun to the back of his head, and when he sees you guys, he just starts waving and BOOM! Splatters his brains all across the whole thing.
I see his aura moving slightly, and I'm assuming he's waving.
Your little hand to the little aura, and then you just see this other light just blink out completely, and then it flakes off. And
before I see the other one fade away, I'm waving at him, and when I see it fade away, I kind of go,
ahoy! Man overboard! Get to the boats! They start lowering.
It's funny that you have to hold your throat
Because
so
it
that you
hurts. Things I do for your all's entertainment.
You don't have to do it. Especially that.
Oh no, I
voice.
have to. I'm just gonna bring cough drops. So yeah, so they start lowering ladders, little rope ladders and stuff. You guys can get it back on board. It's good to see you.
Hello, it's good to see you. Marion Silverfinger.
Did they? No, you know him. He sent you out with them.
Right.
Remember? So he's like, did they get any treasure?
Did you guys get any treasure?
No.
Because we're not included.
Apparently they're very bad treasure hunters.
That's okay. I would just want to share otherwise.
We just came looking for our friend.
You never know what you find out there, though.
That's true.
There's a bunch of wraiths.
Actually, I have a quick question. Could I have gotten 2 vials of the algae, or
I got one.
Yeah, you can
Okay.
get 2 vials of
she'll
it.
actually be like, actually wait, and she'll pull out a vial and she'll be like, this has good healing properties. It's the only thing we really found.
He takes a look at it and he goes, well cataloged, but you keep it.
Okay.
You can tell it's less about the treasure and more about the offering.
Hmm.
The fact that you offered it seems to have appeased him. Like, it's an easy check, so I'll just give it to you.
Cool.
It's like if they pay, if they're like, hey, can I give you $1 for 2 cigarettes? It's like you give them a cigarette for no dollars because they at least offered to pay.
So, Nash gets on board and they have a little interaction where he's like, he's not too smart, is he? And then he's like, this guy's kind of, I believe this gentleman to be awfully rude. They obviously don't speak the same language.
Right.
So, only one or two of the crew members will be like, so they obviously pick it up. And you see him kind of like,
Trying not to laugh.
Don't.
he's trying.
Don't.
But his voice.
I know. Just don't. Trust me. I know from experience the consequences are terrible.
With advantage. Is he helping? Okay, he nat 20s with your advantage. So he'll like,
Yeah.
he'll sit there and you see like he's grabbing his side and he's kind of itching and there's this big calci rash there and he just kind of grabs it and squeezes it as hard as he can and sits there through it and just nods until the captain leaves. He's like, well, you've paid and you got what you came for.
No.
Where to now?
Back to
Back to
Dallas
Dather's Point.
Excellent! We're off to Dathersport! Along the way, you may be expected to do some things for me, however. Consider yourself part of the crew of the World Breaker, the most devastating ship of them all!
Would you like me to cast Fog Cloud on us?
Perhaps save it. If there seems to be some danger, then we shall do it!
Sounds good to me.
What's up?
What? Did the captain see her change?
Oh shit! No, you're right. Who the absolute fuck are you?
Just calm down. We had a
Very long story.
All you humans look alike to me.
It's still Haley. It's the same girl we came with.
Did you get a haircut?
Something
Yes.
like that. Yeah.
Are you laughing at me?
No.
Are you?
No.
Okay.
He doesn't even notice that Leon's gone.
Yeah, no, he would notice. And what of the raccoon?
We lost him to some wraiths.
Which
You
is
did,
why I
sorry.
look different as well.
Did you eat him or something?
Dear
No.
God, no. He would have been disgusting.
Stringy.
Yeah, I'd imagine so. In my opinion, he probably got what he deserved.
Well, the wraiths are what caused her change. Oops, sorry, I'm supposed to be in character. The wraiths are what caused her change, and then they also got Leon, unfortunately. But I do know he is with his family and happy.
He takes
Righteously so.
he takes a small trinket out of a small thing of treasure. You see that he keeps above deck to look at and stare at, not necessarily for like keep it safe moments. And he pulls out a small piece of jade. Then he walks over to the edge and he's like, "This was part of a payment that he gave to be aboard the ship when we found him shipwrecked." And he'll flip it into the water. Lowers his head. And goes up. "Well, it's time to cast off!"
Alright, I'll pat his back condolingly. Console.
Like, reach down there and pat his back.
He's a halfling, right?
He taps it like this, like the...
Okay.
So, the ship goes off, saying goodbye to the final resting place of Leon. But with a new friend, and another new friend, heading back out. It's going to be a long journey at sea, everybody. So, first night, anything different? Everyone just crash?
Basically.
Imagine so, yeah.
Okay. Okay. So, everyone falls asleep in the hold. Hear the ricketing. You guys have your armor off because you don't want to get exhausted.
Everybody that's gonna be within the hold where we are sleeping, I'm gonna cast Tiny Hut.
Mm-hmm.
It fits 9 people in it.
Okay, awesome. You guys go into the tiny hut?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Creatures or objects can't cast spells at us.
They can't cast spells at it.
Mhm.
Okay. What if you want to throw something like a loaf of bread at a friend? Yeah, read. Thank you.
I'm not reading that loud.
Oh shit! I pressed a button. Oh, now it's on weird porn.
There should
Well,
be
not that
no
weird.
porn.
Alright.
Okay. Boom. I really need to get a tablet. One day I'll have money. Because this is way better than doing it on your phone. Fog cloud,
I didn't
identify
buy that
measurement symbol.
tablet, so yay.
Can Mike buy me one? Tiny hut. Because this is his, right?
Mm-hmm.
Shit, I'm just taking this one.
No.
Changing the military time, though, that's annoying. 10-foot radius, a mobile dome of force springs into existence around and above you and remains stationary for the duration. The spell ends if you leave it. 9 creatures of medium size or smaller, so Nash cannot, can fit inside the dome with you. The spell fails if its area includes a large creature or more than 9. Creatures and objects within the dome, when you cast spells, can move through it freely. All other creatures and objects are barred from passing through it. Spells and other magical effects can't extend through the dome or be cast through it. The atmosphere inside the space is comfortable and dry, regardless of the weather outside. Until the spell ends, you can command the interior to become dimly lit or dark. The dome is opaque from the outside of any color you choose, but is transparent from the inside. That's kind of creepy. It's like a tent.
Yeah.
Neiman's tiny tent. I have to piss.
It's like,
Sorry.
Have fun.
I'd imagine it's almost like
Oh.
the tent that
I
they
didn't
use
even realize you were
when they're
eating
at the
them.
Triwizard Tournament at Harry Potter.
Now
That looks like it's a little
Amanda,
bitty
that's
tent,
blending
but
fiction. That's not okay.
Wait, what'd you say?
I said I imagine that it kind of reminds me of like the tent that they use when they're at the Triwizard Tournament.
Right.
Not the Triwizard Tournament, but the World Cup and Harry Potter. So it's like a little bitty tent that looks like it's only going to hold like 2 people.
Right.
But when you get inside, it's like ginormous.
A mansion. I guess I'm gonna put the BRB screen back up. I don't know. Our DM left us.
Well, Zach's using the bathroom, then Terry should probably use the bathroom.
Okay, I guess we're
We
taking
should
another
have
break.
just extended the break.
We should have. But no.
Joke's on you, it's paid off now.
We're ready.
Ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Fuck!
Sorry, we all had to go pee.
Yeah. Everyone.
So 7% chance. So. Let's see. So, Landon,
Yes.
in the middle of the night, you wake up and you start seeing some people outside of the bubble that are talking about mutinying with the captain.
Well, I'm part of this crew, aren't I? Shouldn't I? We're all part of this crew, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We are.
What
I
do
don't
you do?
think you guys
Hey,
can
hey!
leave unless they can't hear you.
Hey,
What?
there's a meeting going on. We should probably go see what's going on.
You just wake her up?
I'll
Yeah.
wake everybody up.
Oh.
Okay, you're all awake.
Was that a short rest or a long rest?
You just got to sleep after those fucking chimes, too. Like, just now got to sleep.
I mean, I can't even see him, so I guess I'm looking over here.
Just angrily glaring. Ziluriel would turn him towards Marion.
I'm gonna be kind of frustrated.
What's the blank
Because-
stare for?
Can't see you, compadre.
Ugh.
He's
Oh, come
blind.
on. We gotta go.
You guys
Emotions
see
probably aren't gonna work very
Nash
well
in the
for him.
corner, like sleeping, like against
Still
a whole
not
bunch of
making
potatoes. And he's like, he's got his hand straight down his pants, and he's like, "Oh yeah, that Minotaur girl was sexy. But that Centaur
outta here.
girl was great." And then you
Wait,
guys will hear
who's
okay,
this?
Nash.
Oh.
He's talking about screwing centaurs and minotaurs, and then every now and then he'll lapse into common, a little bit of my world, and he'll just be like, "Pretty horse lady," and like the rest of the crew's like just kind of like, "What the fuck is going on there?" And they like give him a wide berth. You guys understand he's talking about things that aren't quite as gross, but are. But he, like everyone else, thinks he's talking about some real gross shit. But yeah, you guys all look, and you're able to point out there's 2 guys, and they're all like shifty in the corner. They've since then been going over. Sitting there, you see they look like they're exchanging something in their hands.
What are you doing over there?
You go out of the.
I guess I dropped the bubble.
You drop the.
I'll walk out so it drops the bubble.
They look real surprised when you say that. Nothing.
Are you sure?
Yeah. What? Where
I'm
did you
gonna
even
look at
come
him.
from?
I'm gonna look at him and I'm gonna be like, are you sure?
It doesn't look like nothing.
Plays with his half elf ears, and then you see the orc guy is kind of like looks down and ashamed.
I put my hand on the orc's
Shoulder.
and tell
See
him,
you?
Tell him. Yeah. No,
Okay.
absolutely. They're not neutral alignment.
I give him this really disturbing looking fucking tell me right now. And I'm intimidating.
Okay.
I
Are
would
you
like-
wearing your priest? Are you wearing your religious garb?
I am wearing my relic. Well,
You
I guess
are.
it's
And
ring.
I want to be standing on
Which
the
one?
back side of them, like
Cuddles
flank them,
facing
At night he cuddles his Jesus blankie.
He's got Jesus slippers. Every time he steps, there's a cross that pops up.
So lucky.
Ban me from Twitch now.
I got the same thing I rolled the first time.
What did you get?
Oh, that's gonna be.
I think you're fine. I got a straight 10.
I rolled a 12 for my intimidation. Like I wanted
Yeah, I
to
got
intimidate
14.
him as well.
Yeah, they look terrified of you guys. The orc starts crying, which in orc society is
Frowned upon.
you pretty much might as well go die after that. Like if you break. And he says, "I'm sorry, I can't stop. I'm so sorry." And he grabs your hands and he says, "You can't get in the way of our love. I'm sorry. He's just too pretty and I can't help it." And then the elf
What
like
did we
turns
walk in
flush.
on?
Yeah, the elf turns flush. He's like, "I'm sorry, but I love him and I always have."
Wait, hold on.
Who's he?
What just happened? Did you two, like, get engaged?
Short-term activities?
They just fucking.
So you're shipmates.
Yes.
Okay.
What were you passing to each other?
We were holding hands.
I don't believe it.
Can I do an insight check?
Please do.
I want to persuade him that it's not so bad.
You're like,
Got an 11.
Look, listen, Tyrese isn't so hot on the whole not breeding thing. He doesn't care.
But let me tell you who
But
is.
you know who's A-okay with, like, girl on girl and guy on guy? Dialatus. I mean, really, all the gods are just fine with all of it. It's just people are ashamed based on societies.
It was only.
Would you want
An
a
11?
religion or persuasion on
You
that?
actually, underneath that, you can tell that there may be more that they're hiding, but it seems connected to that activity. or
Bless
them
you.
being
Thank you
together.
so much.
They're not hiding something aside from that. Does that make
What's
sense?
this you heard
16?
about a mutiny?
A 16?
They just
For
I didn't say mutiny.
But
I
he's
said
like-
meeting.
Okay.
Yeah, there was a meeting.
And he'll nod. And he's like, so
Meeting of-
this is okay? And the
Oh,
the half elf is like, well, our captain's not the biggest fan of it. He says shipwide romances cause problem. Would you all keep it a secret? I have a silver piece. And he
Keep
pulls a silver piece.
Keep yourself a piece.
Oh, we shoot.
Your secret's safe with us.
Oh, okay.
Can I hug you? he gives you a great big warm hug, the half elf. And the half orc is like, he just kind of starts sniffling, and they look, and with you guys shielding them from the rest of the crew, they kind of hold hands for a brief second and then squeeze hard and let go.
I grab him by the neck in like a brotherly way, and I apologize for scaring the shit out of him.
He's like, no, thank you. My family would think I was a terrible disgrace, but that's part of the reason I boarded a ship in the first place. Thank you for not judging.
It's not our place to judge.
They'll nod and they'll sneak off for their nocturnal activities. Sorry, guys, didn't mean to interrupt the rest for that, but shit happens.
Okay, let's go back.
So
Nice
don't
seeing
worry
them.
about the 3rd level spell slot that I just wasted.
Oh, you
on
can
our
cast another
tiny
one, can't you?
head and-
Are you gonna cast another one, or are you guys just sleep?
Oh, am I gonna waste another 3rd level spell slot for
We're
Tiny
gonna
Hut?
long rest, so
Yeah, we are gonna get a long rest. Maybe.
No,
Possibly.
Okay.
I'm not gonna cast another
Probably
3rd
not.
level spell slot to.
Okay. So, sleep finally takes you guys now in different sets of barracks. You know, like you guys are actually in like
Yeah.
rows and everything else. I need Turth, Bottom, and I don't care if you hear any of it. Who the fuck are you?
Marion.
Marion. If the rest of you guys will go into a different room, please.
Turth, Bonham, and Marion?
Oh, you mean like get up and leave?
Yeah,
No,
I
think
would
he
like
said
them to not be
everybody
here
else. Oh.
for this. No, Turth, Bottom, stay.
Oh, okay.
I don't give a shit about him. He's not going to be a part
So
of the
we gotta go
dreams.
outside.
He's going to get no dream sequence. I haven't written him in because I don't know his character. You guys are getting some prophetic dreams.
Dope.
So we all have to
So we
leave.
gotta go outside.
What the fuck?
Well, like I said, I don't care if you stay. In fact, it'd be nice to have a witness.
What the fuck?
I mean, you have Twitch witnessing.
No, don't watch.
No, other people. I'm not gonna watch. That's rude.
Well, for the people watching, don't spoil it in Discord either.
That's okay. Oh, that hurt. Yeah, I'm
We're
fine.
being super secrety right now.
Super stealth.
No, it's cool because when you guys link them all together, it's going to be super nifty.
Man stuff.
Okay.
Nice.
In the
The
middle,
dough, the dough.
we're going to start with Turth. In your dream, you see Hrothon. And Hrothon is giving you this loving hug, giving you all the love in the world.
Sexy time.
And then she puts her hands to your wrists, not your hands. Looks at you and smiles great big and goes in for a kiss. But then she just, you feel like a cold on your wrist. It's painful almost, like she's going to snap your arm. You look up at her in a cold sweat, and you wake up. And you're kind of screaming, but no words come from your mouth. You don't hear a thing. And that's when you notice that your hands have been manacled. You look over, and standing right above you is something that looks what we would look almost like an alien, a tall gray figure. Its eyes look cephalopodian, that it has like the warble to it on both eyes, and it blinks at you briefly. It doesn't seem to say a word or anything, but slightly in your head you can hear, you gonna say anything?
No.
You're just gonna sit there and staring over him?
I'm gonna sit there and stand over him.
What do you do?
What are these for?
Nothing comes out of your mouth.
I try to break them. Like that would
Make
be
me
a
a strength check.
That'd be a turf thing to do. I don't like that.
Check
or safe?
Strength check, not even athletics.
Okay.
Which I do not agree with on, but
That's what the item says.
that's what the item says.
I got a 27.
Holy shit. We're gonna double check some wording. This just made this real interesting.
I think you jumped the gun.
Well, maybe.
Alright.
I mean, it was a sleeping moment. I couldn't, and she was out of the hut.
Still, you missed the first part.
They wanted the exhaustion.
Yes.
Oh shit, you guys are exhausted. Because you didn't get a full night's sleep.
That was the whole point of the
You're right.
exhaustion. The exhaustion was very important to the plan.
Well, also, you are exhausted because you guys haven't gotten the sleep yet. So you'll have to make it at a disadvantage. I'm sorry.
That's fine. That is still a 21.
Okay. So even with disadvantage, okay. So you sit there and you try to struggle. Does it say breaks out of it? Breaks out of it?
Yeah, you break it.
So he'll break out of it. That's your action. We'll go into initiative right after this.
Okay.
Okay. What are you going to do in response?
I'm gonna shove him.
Okay. Make me a push action. And it's against yours. So it's a athletics or acrobatics check.
I'll be using my inspiration.
You said it's athletics or acrobatics? Okay.
Yes.
That's a nat 1.
Did you roll with advantage?
Oh, I did.
You burned inspiration.
Yes. So that's gonna be a 19 total.
I got a 21.
Damn it! This was the one thing I was afraid of.
Yeah, he's the hardest nut to crack.
Yep.
Physically speaking. I thought for sure you were just
I
gonna...
did everything I should have.
You did.
I thought of everything possible.
You know, this was tough. Okay, so you go to shove him.
Yep, and it's like shoving a fucking boulder.
You're supposed to
I don't-
you just
Give me a quick initiative roll. You're here because you're his next target.
Okay. Oh joy.
If he kills him.
that would be a
Fucking 10.
Are the dice rolls just not
They are
with
not
you?
liking me right now. I just rolled another nat 1.
24.
Okay, so your initiative's 24,
Mhm.
and yours is
10.
Okay, so what does Trick do?
I can't say anything, so I mean, I'm a stand up. I'm
It's half your movement. Okay.
Yeah. And try to put this thing in a rear naked choke.
A grapple attempt.
Grapple. Yeah.
Okay. That's opposed athletics and acrobatics check.
Different dice.
No shit.
12.
26.
Okay, you grab him.
And now that I have him grappled, I mean,
Look at Josh.
I don't know what's going on, and I don't like that.
gosh damn it. What to do? I don't have a fucking dagger. No, I don't. God damn it. I'm gonna shove a mop head in his mouth.
You draw him up and try.
Joke's on you, I don't have a fucking mouth.
Or where I think his mouth would be.
Okay, so it's again opposed to athletics acrobatics.
12.
22.
Okay. Your strength damage, your unarmed damage, is how much you deal with it to him.
9.
Take 9 points damage. Your turn.
I'm gonna try and break the grapple, I guess, because there's not much else I can do. Or can I just take out a dagger and
Start
stab him?
stabbing? You may.
Okay.
You get all your attacks, even though you're grappled. That's part of the rules.
Yeah. That's a cocked dice. That is a 16 to hit.
No.
Okay. For the second attack, that will be a 21 to hit.
Yes.
Okay. It's already going to be 6 points of piercing damage.
You have your Dread Ambusher power too.
My what?
Dread Ambusher power for being a doppelganger. Okay.
Does that have anything to do with if I have alert?
It might.
I mean, it says you gain +5 to initiative, and you can't be surprised while you're conscious.
Yes. They cannot be surprised, so then it wouldn't do anything to them.
Okay.
I have alert, so
Okay, so no Dread Ambusher.
Yeah, they have to be surprised for it.
Okay. All right. I believe it's Turth's turn again.
I'm honestly just like I said, I want him in a rear naked choke.
Okay.
Pretty much, I'm gonna try to squeeze to make him pass out.
Okay.
Like in a story, like that's gonna. I'm trying not to make a lot of ruckus because I can't talk, obviously.
You don't hear any sounds at all.
Yeah.
You actually have the deafened condition.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't hear any sounds
So it's like
whatsoever.
I'm kind of freaking out about that, and I don't. When me being my backstory is when that had happened last time, everybody around me died.
Yeah.
So I'm like trying not to make a big ruckus.
Okay.
So I'm going to try to make him pass out. I mean, I don't know how we're gonna do that. But.
Well, since you don't have the feat, you just have to do it by doing subdual damage to him. So basically, if he were to die, you would say he's knocked out.
Okay.
So you make an attack roll.
Unarmed or
Yeah, an unarmed attack roll. You can hold a grapple.
23
You can
hit
push
you?
again. By the way. You what?
23 hit.
That'll hit you.
Okay. And I mean that'd only be 9 points if I'm doing unarmed. 9 more points.
9
again.
more points of damage.
And I believe it's your turn.
I can still shove while I'm grappled.
Well, you have to. If you maintain control of the grapple, essentially, you can do what you were planning on doing with the shove.
I do not have control of the grapple right
No, right now you don't. But if you beat him in a check now, you can do it.
I'm just going to try and break out of the grapple.
So I'm doing one as well.
17.
And that one.
So I do break out.
You break free. You get him in the rear naked hold, and you feel parts of him shift, and like since you're a shapeshifter, you shapeshift into a creature that's wouldn't, like the dwarf again, and he'll like do this, and then you shapeshift back or whatever you want to do.
Yeah, I imagine the dexterity save in the wrestling meme you sent.
So you break free.
Is that my action?
That is an attack action. You do have another attack action, and you may shove because you have 2 attacks, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. I'm actually going to disengage as a bonus action
Okay.
and step about 15 feet away from you, and then I'm going to throw my Iron Bands Bolaro at him.
Okay. Another strength save. That's what it's strength save, right?
No, it's a strength check. I have to hit him with it, so it's a
Okay.
ranged attack.
Oh, so you still have to hit him.
Yes.
Please roll the hit.
It's my dex plus my proficiency, so it's going to be plus 8 to hit. Fuck! Does a 13 hit you?
No.
No, it does not.
So what do they do? Just disappear?
it reverts back to a ball. But
Okay.
now it can't be
I know
used
exactly what
again.
band you're talking about. I love those. I wanted to get those.
Okay. So anything else?
For the rest of my... I still have a few more feet of movement.
Okay.
So now I'll run back up to him and shove him again.
Okay. You have 3 attacks.
I do not have 3 attacks. You're right. Never
Okay.
mind.
Because breaking free of the grapple was a action.
Yeah.
Was an attack action.
And then disengaging.
Disengaging was bonus. Yeah. And then you.
So yeah.
And then moving back
that's all
in.
I got then.
What you got, Tirth?
How close is everybody to me?
You look around. Everybody is within probably about 10 feet of you.
I'm gonna do a turf thing.
Okay.
Oh, my notebook. I had one more. Okay, so I'm gonna throw a portable hole down.
Okay.
Joke's on you. There's already one behind you.
So you drop it. Where are you dropping it?
If he's up in my grill skillet,
Mhm.
I'm gonna drop it right there.
Like at his feet?
Mhm.
Okay.
There's like
Yeah, he's
10,
trying to
15
throw.
feet in between us. Remember, I stepped back before
Oh
I
yeah.
threw the thing.
I mean, I'm gonna throw it at his feet
Okay. Go ahead and make me an attack roll.
and attack with just.
Dexterity.
Okay.
And make me a... What? He's trying to throw the portable hole under you.
Under me. I'm just trying to figure out how that works. How does it get under me?
Well, because it's a portable hole, so when it hits the ground, it becomes a hole and keeps sliding.
Well, that's weird. Okay.
But you get a dexterity save, and it's a
A
DC
dex
10.
save.
Mm-hmm. And a DC 10.
Honestly, I think I can't fail that because... Oh, wait, I can.
Reliable talent.
No, I have +8 to my dex save.
Oh, you'll be fine. Don't roll a 1.
12, yeah. So
Okay.
it's a modified 20 for my dex.
So yeah, you hit the ground underneath him, but he
Okay.
flips out of the way.
I want to walk around the hole and I want to grapple him again.
You run up and grab him?
Mhm.
Okay. You have 2 attacks?
Yes.
Okay. So you can attack, move, and attack in this edition. So yeah, go ahead and make a grapple attempt.
Oh, fuck.
18.
You beat me.
All right.
Or was it that was athletics or is it strength? Just straight strength.
Athletics or acrobatics.
Oh, then I got a 16. It's still no.
So you guys are standing there now. You're right next to the other hole.
Mhm.
Okay.
I'm going to take a couple steps back again and throw my other ball. Another ranged attack here. That'll hit. That's a 27 to hit.
Okay.
Now it's a strength save.
Strength check.
Check. Why do I keep
At
fucking that up?
disadvantage.
Like I make it now or my
Yeah.
If you, or yeah, it would be his turn because it takes an action.
Yeah.
Oh, to break.
Yes.
So
So
you see these bands come up and latch themselves around you again.
So you are now restrained.
Is it just my hands?
No, it covers your entire body.
Okay.
It's a ball of
Yeah, yeah.
iron bands that when I threw it, it expanded and then wrapped around you and then
Okay. I just
collapsed
want to
around
make
you.
sure.
So now your entire body is restrained.
Damn.
Yeah. And while you're restrained like that, I'm just gonna kick you into the portable hole.
Now, yeah. Now you have a bag of holding.
No.
You have another portable hole or any extra
Yes.
dimensional space.
Yes, I do. I have one more portable hole.
Okay, so once that goes in, it's percentile dice for the portable hole exploding, and you're probably going to get some damage from that.
Yeah, I forgot about it, but it was the
Fuck.
heat of the
I
moment.
was just saying that I had 2 portable holes to Mandy. There they go. Bye-bye.
So Tirth is in the astral plane, is what it's looking like.
Bringing up portable hole now.
Then you're next.
If I
did I do?
survive, I could get sucked
He's there to kill you all.
Like every one of us?
Breaker Witch Coven sends its regards.
in. The gate are okay. Placing a portable hole inside an extra dimensional space created by a bag of holding, Hewitt Sandy haversack, or similar item instantaneously destroys both items and opens a gate to the astral plane. The gate originates where the one item was placed inside the other. Any creature
All
within
might
10
be
feet of
sucked
the
in.
gate is sucked through it and deposited in a random location on the astral plane. The gate then closes. The gate is one way only and can't be reopened.
Okay. So as you get shoved in, Tirth is all bound up, and you look over at this bastard, and you notice that his clothing has a little bit of the red cloak, and you're like, this is Breaker Witch shit. Like, you can just see it just before you go through, and then you go and you get enveloped by the hole, your portable hole starts to expand as well, and then you just see it's almost like Star Wars with all the stars. You just, but only the stars are out and around and everything else. Mm-hmm. Everything turns black for you. Then you sit there and there's damage, right?
It does not say damage, actually.
Oh.
I think that's only with the Sphere of Annihilation. That's what
Okay.
I'm getting confused with.
So as you're sitting there and you're like, you breathe in the air and you look up and you see it's like a shadow realm of real life, very similar to Lord of the Rings when Frodo would put on the ring.
Actually, no, I was reading on the planes. That's, you're thinking of like the shadow plane or whatever. There is a shadow plane. The astral plane is different.
Oh, that's the one with the fucking Githyanki.
Yes.
Maybe it's not in my
the
world,
astral
asshole.
plane
But-
actually looks like a vast ocean.
Yeah,
But it's
it's
also reflected, so you see like an ocean on the horizon and also
But it's
a
mirrored.
ceiling of ocean. Like it's all
Yeah.
mirrored.
So
Sorry.
I imagine like Davy Jones' locker. Like,
Kind
in
of, yeah.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Somewhat. World's End
Yeah, that's
kind
one.
of deal.
and then you look down and you notice a chain that looks very familiar to you. And you hear a voice behind you. It says, huh, kind of an irony that this happened to you since you did it to me. I've been waiting. And we're going to close Turf for the moment. I'm going to go placate them. Give you guys time to think. Don't metagame.
Did I get sucked in? Because it was everything within 10 feet. And I was right next to him. Like, I kicked him in.
Right, no, I pictured you could kick him in like...
And then disengage or dash as my bonus action or whatever.
Well, let's move it to a reflex save.
Okay.
Something like that would be a reflex save.
Well, this edition, dexterity save.
Oh, sorry. God damn it.
What DC would you set for that dex save?
If it were happening against you guys, I'd make it a DC 10. Like if it was happening as players. So that's what it is from a doppelganger.
Okay.
Like I said, I'm going to go placate them.
And he
I'm going to
succeeds.
give us a second to meditate. Huh?
I succeed.
Okay.
What are we playing here?
I guess I should probably start thinking about how Omega's personality can be like. You killed Turth.
I didn't kill him. I sent him to the astral plane. I
wasn't
meant to kill you, but I forgot you had another portable hole. I forgot to take any extra dimensional items off of you before I shoved you in. I totally planned on it, but I didn't plan on you breaking out of the manacles.
You know what fucking pisses me off? I wasn't even there for the fucking encounter with her goddamn necklace. Wasn't even there.
It's colder outside than I thought it was going to be.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. Are you guys having fun?
Yeah.
I don't know what to do.
I don't think there's anything you can do, man.
No. But you seen all this happening?
I don't think so.
What? Did he see all this happening?
I cast silence on the area.
Yeah.
So there's no sound happening at all. That's
Do you-
why you couldn't see
You don't
anything.
have any more iron bands, though,
Oh,
do you?
That
Do
was
you
my
have one
last
more?
one. No, I only had 2 of those balls, but I have 4 pairs of manacles. So he broke the first set of manacles. I threw the first ball, it missed. Second ball hit him, so I still have more manacles for you.
Okay.
And you haven't woken up yet because of the silence spell.
So what you're telling me is you're gonna tie me up?
So
Oh, yeah.
Bonham wakes up,
Does he?
where you're going to be in your dream, meditating, and Dialatus herself is just this big glowing angel with goddess with hundreds of wings. Like each feather of the wing is an entirely separate wing. You see she's standing there and she's just this big glowing bright light, and she says, Bonham, you must wake up. And you go to reach for her, and you're like just confused and discombobulated. And you see 2 bone hands grab you around the wrist from behind. And he says, I'm waiting for you. I've made deals to bring you to where I am. I already have your friend. And then you'll wake up and your hands are shackled. You look over, and there's a creature with cephalopod-looking eyes staring right at you. There's no smile, but you swear it's proud of itself.
Okay. Is it a fiend?
No, it's a shape changer. Medium monstrosity. It's a monstrosity and a shape changer. What?
I was looking for my monster manual. I said it over there.
And what's your... Oh, you can't be seen by him. Fuck.
I'm true neutral.
You're blind to him. Never mind. I apologize. You're locked into place, and you look up and you see nothing and you hear nothing. Please act accordingly. I mean, it gives you so many advantages that one time it ends up being a curse, which is why it's balanced. Holy shit! I'm so sorry they can't hear this. But when they hear it later, when they hear it later, they're going to be like, holy fuck! All right, Bonham, what are you doing?
I was worried about it because
I have to think about this.
I thought
so. Give me a minute.
I get you.
I thought doppelgangers were chaotic evil, so Bonham is the one I was most worried about blowing my cover.
Nope.
But then I looked at it yesterday, I think. I saw that they're true neutral. I was like, oh my god. Silence.
Don't blame Landon. This was all me.
Okay. Are you kidding me? You told me to be a doppelganger and I came up with this plan.
Oh yeah, no, he came up with the plan is all him. Not quite what Ryan did. Ryan threw a group of doppelgangers as his people, and he poured sovereign glue down their throat.
Okay.
Okay.
So we're in the hold, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But you don't hear anything.
Yeah, it's dead silent. And you don't see what's put this around you.
Okay. I lost my portable holes.
They're both destroyed.
Yeah.
I was just making sure.
At least you're not dead. Astral Sea's fun, though.
That turret is gone.
I forgot it was where the Githyanki are. I was thinking it was a Shadow Realm.
I would like to cast Moonbeam
Okay.
around myself.
What does that do?
A silvery beam of pale light shines down on a 5-foot radius, 40-foot high cylinder centered on a point within range. Until the spell ends, dim light fills the cylinder. When a creature enters the spell's area for the first time on a turn, or starts its turn there, it is engulfed in ghostly flames that cause searing pain, and must make a Constitution saving throw. It takes 2d10 radiant damage on a failed save, or half as much on a successful one. A shape changer makes its saving throw with disadvantage. If it fails, also instantly reverts to its original form and can't assume a different form until it leaves the spell's lights. On each of your turns after the spell is cast, you can use an action to move the beam up to 60 feet in any direction.
Damn. So how far out does it go again?
5 feet.
Okay, so 5-foot radius around you. So suddenly you look over and he just...
So I have to make a what save?
A con save.
Yes, a con save.
At disadvantage because he's a shape changer.
Disadvantage. So 14.
The attack save is 16.
Well, I failed it then. So how much damage do I take?
2d10.
Roll me my damage. Max damage.
God, I'm sweaty. I am sweaty.
Yeah,
That's
no,
D8.
That's
Okay.
it's this that looks like that. That one.
Okay.
Oh,
You got me all stressed out over here. 1, 6.
So a total of 7?
Total.
No, 6 total.
6 total.
1 and 5.
Okay.
And if you start your turn in that,
I thought it was if I end my turn. Does it start?
it start your turn.
Start or end, I think is what it said. They can basically move through it, but they can't start or end on it.
Interesting.
When a creature
Excellent.
enters the spell area for the
Enter.
first time on a turn or starts its turn there, it is engulfed
Okay.
by ghostly flames.
Okay, so when you move into it,
But I'm
Or when you
already
start.
in it.
yeah, so that's why you got attacked this time.
Okay.
So you cast that. Anything else?
I'm done. I just realized what I should have done.
Woken up other people?
I couldn't.
Yeah.
Silence.
Silence.
I
That's the
should
point.
have used the manacles to my advantage.
Again, at least you're not dead. Turret's just on the astral sea.
I'm gonna die because of who's there.
It's gonna be another fight, yeah.
And as a bonus action, I would like to cast Misty Step
Okay.
And I want to head the fuck to the door.
Didn't anticipate that. Does it have any verbal components?
It's components V, duration instantaneous.
Yeah.
So you can.
Within the silence spell, any spell with verbal components is not possible.
Yeah, because you have to say it.
Well,
So
then
you go.
I think that renders the other one inert then.
Oh fuck!
Oh,
I'm so
Moonbeam
sorry.
too?
So you still have your actions though. I'm not going to take those from you.
So I don't take the 6 damage.
You don't take the damage though. No. And you don't have Moonbeam up.
It's VSM.
Yeah.
Yep.
So anything with a V you can't cast. I'm sorry. Okay. So but you still have your turn. So what do you do? Let us in, fuckers. Oh, Ryan, thank you for that.
What did Ryan say?
Ryan just texted me and said, how did he cast Moonbeam with silence? So, yeah. No, you're right,
You
Ryan.
told Ryan my whole plan?
I told
he's
him what
watching. He's watching.
Yeah, I didn't tell him this part of the plan.
He's
He
watching
knew.
because we're still going.
Yeah. I did tell him it was going down today, though, so he's like,
There's something I can do.
oh, fuck.
Are you gonna... Okay. I mean...
I guess
He
I can
can't
try to
see you.
break out of the...
Cuffs?
Yeah.
See, I can
Okay.
break these cuffs.
I can break these cups. That's a strength check at disadvantage.
You rolled a. Oh, okay. Never mind.
Did you
No,
roll
we just hit the 10. At disadvantage?
Yes.
Because you guys are exhausted.
So... 17.
That will not break him.
So, you have him.
My turn.
You're going to shove him in the hole?
I'm shoving you in the portable hole.
So,
But you don't have... do you have a bag of holding?
Nope.
Any,
you have a
any
portable hole.
subdimensional holes?
Other than his butthole?
Gross.
I think I'm the only one that had those.
It's kind of a good thing.
Yeah, I ain't got shit.
Alright. Well, once he's in the hole, I'm picking the hole up.
What are you
That's
doing
what I was gonna fucking do with you in the hole.
What are you doing with the hole?
Tucking it in my bag.
You're just going to keep it there?
Yep.
Okay.
That's what I was going to fucking do with
Okay.
my portable hole, throwing it under your feet.
So, you're in blackness, you're completely restrained. And you're sitting there holding on, and you're like trying, you can't break out of the cuffs. What are you going to do?
What can I do? I'm in a hole. I'm blind, deaf, cuffed. Can't do anything.
Well, now you hear yourself screaming. You're not blind here. Or you're not deaf here.
You're out. You're in a different dimension now. You're out of range of the silent spell.
Yeah, once you break through the thing, then you can hear yourself like, oh! So, you are in there. And you can hear yourself talk. It's just a weird, creepy echo. I love seeing what players do. I love seeing what they do because they always surprise me. Oh, come on, Terry. It's not that bad.
Before we start with the next players, I have to be. Well,
Well, we also have to wrap it up, too. They're going to be pissed.
it's only 9 o'clock. Oh wait. I mean, like wrap up this so we can get to them.
Yeah.
I can't do anything.
Any spells that are just V?
Well, I'm in a different plane. What's it gonna do?
Correct. After 10 minutes, slowly start to go up, you feel yourself suffocating. Anything you can do?
I don't think so.
I feel like I should give you panicked inspiration.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, adrenaline kicks in.
Yeah, but I can't. Let it be up to him. I can always say if the worst happens, I can always say, okay, here's a hint. Do we want to retcon any of it as a party? Because you were, to see if he would have thought of it or not,
Yeah.
essentially.
Would you buy that I could grow plants for air?
Grow planets.
Plants. Yeah, I also want it. To be honest.
In a strange way, that actually works. How many plants can you grow? It would have to be a lot.
It's not a very large dimensional space.
It's 10 by 10?
If you cast a spell using one action, choose a point within range. All normal plants in a 100-foot radius center on a point become overgrown.
Okay, you have to have plants there in general.
Don't you have weed? I'm not joking.
You got
now.
that dank holy kush.
Sadly, that's dried out because it has to be
But it has
dead.
seeds.
Can I cast Lesser Restoration on the weed?
There are seeds in the weed.
No, that's
Does
not
it say you have to see it?
Yeah, it says within sight.
Oh, and the
I think it's different because of blunts.
protects or the plant growth.
Hold on, I really got it.
Yeah, go for it, bro.
If he busts out, hold on.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck to do here.
You can't moonbeam because you're verbal and somatic. It's
No,
only
he's not. I thought he wasn't.
now he's
silencing.
not silent anymore.
Yeah,
but he still has to have somatic. Means you have to move your hands. He's restrained.
But yeah, you can't buy. I move my hands in manacles.
Well, they're special manacles.
Oh, that makes sense.
I mean, we could look up restrained.
That day. Martha is on the astral plane doing one of Turth's moves.
Restrained creatures, speed 0. Attack rolls against creature have advantage. Creature's attack rolls have disadvantage. The creature has disadvantage on dex saves. So it doesn't say you can't cast a spell. I guess by that aspect, you can do some hand motions with it. So as long as it doesn't have material, because I'm not buying you can reach your
Yeah.
bag.
No,
But
I
verbal
get
and
that.
somatic, I'm okay with. You can cast a spell while restrained. That pisses me off.
I just don't see how any of the spells that I have
Well,
readied are gonna get me out of this fucking.
That's true. Anything you want to cast in desperation because you're suffocating? Because after 10 minutes, it's 1 minute plus 1 per Constitution modifier. I thought you were going to throw them in there and then throw a knife in there and just close it.
No, it was just put him in there, close it up until they suffocate.
Wait 20 minutes?
Yeah.
Nope. Can't do anything.
the one time.
So-
I failed a fucking strength save.
As Bonham sits there and you start to suffocate in your last few moments as you're sitting there going in extreme pain, you almost catch a euphoria, a calmness to you. And that same vision comes to you, and you see her with her angel wings all spread out. And you reach in the hands, the manacles, the bones just grab you and pull you, and you hear, "No, you're mine." And you sit there. In a brief second, she takes her divine sword and slashes it across your back behind you. And you hear him say, "No, he was mine." And she says, "All right, guys, that's just distracting." As she slashes the end of it, she says, "Your power is nothing compared to the power his faith has given me." And you feel your back starts to break and snap, and you feel an extension of limbs that you didn't know you existed as you feel a set of wings. As you die in that euphoria, and you open your eyes and you can see everything, you're gone. Bonham is gone. But in the heavens with Dialatus, he stands as one of her divine angels in retribution. Reborn and different, but immortalized forever as the one who slayed a god and the one who will forever fight with his goddess. Sorry, Josh. Now, again, because retconning can be a thing because he's a new player, if you can cast any spell that does damage, any spell that does damage, you could break and be on the astral plane. And again, the matter of retconning is up to everyone else here.
The moon thing does damage.
Yeah, but it's verbal, somatic, and material.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it can't be material.
Most of mine are mostly ones that enhance my weapon attack.
Fuck, okay.
Divine fire.
Favor.
Also, so I can introduce them, what's your plan for them?
Mickey and Haley are next.
Okay.
Saving Zilleria for last.
Okay.
Um,
Now I am going to bring them in on it and have them sit around while because I can't.
I mean, honestly, Zilleria, I'd probably just fight outright instead of. Because I mean, like I said,
You're out of trickery essentially. Other than that, right?
Yeah.
They all just boost my attacks.
Fuck, dude. All right.
All the ones he has ready, yeah.
But you are free of the Bone Demon. You fought too hard for Dialotus to not pull a lot of weight for that. You've proven yourself ages ago. I've been laughing the entire time because I'm like, if he dies, there's no way she's letting him go. And you've made, in your prayer for her, giving her the cleric, made her more powerful than him. Because he doesn't have a cleric. He has 2 paladins, but he doesn't have a cleric.
I'll see your items.
Okay, I'm going to bring them in. Should I tell them the news, guys?
Yeah, might as well.
sorry guys.
I wasn't even fucking in on that encounter.
Well, the whole plan was to kill you guys before the encounter started. Turth is just a fucking hoss.
So who died?
I did.
Oh no!
And Turth is on the astral.
Shit. How'd you get in the astral plane?
Remember what I showed you earlier?
Huh?
Remember what I showed you earlier?
No.
I got
I had 2 of
royally
them.
Yeah.
royally.
I had 2 of them.
You had 2 of what?
The portable holes. Oh my god! Did you get put inside your own portable holes?
One of them.
Oh wait, Zach's coming right back in. Never mind. We're not gonna go to be right back.
Why'd you lock the door?
We're up in the hood. What up?
You're not allowed. Get out.
Okay.
I need to pee now.
Oh, okay.
Josh, you gotta give me a hug, man.
Whoop.
He's with her now.
Yeah, we can kill him, son of a bitch.
Did you kill Nyx too?
No, she's not even here.
Yeah, she's not here. So your next one, wait till you watch the stream later. It'll make you sweat.
No, it won't.
Probably Haley.
You ain't even gonna watch it.
Why are you all the way back
Do you have the manacles again?
I have more manacles, yeah.
Okay.
Wait, did you turn on us?
I was never a dwarf to begin with.
Wait, what?
Haley,
Seer.
No.
I wanted him to be, but he wouldn't. Haley, you're having a dream. Just put my thing in, flipped it, and reversed it.
Oh.
Seer from an anthem.
So you're sitting there and you're dreaming and you're looking at a pool, and in the pool you see who you used to be.
Okay.
And then you feel your dark mark kind of burn, and you look down, and when you look back up, it looks like someone who you don't recognize. You're new, you.
Yeah.
And then she kind of starts shaking and reverberating, and grabs your wrist all of a sudden and starts squeezing until you can feel her almost going to pop. And you wake up in a scream, but no words come out of your mouth. You look over, and you see a doppelganger with his cephalopodian eyes. And you look into the cloak he's wearing, you see the inside has the red color, and the outside has the black color of the Breaker Witch Coven.
Motherfucker!
You look down, and your hands are completely bound to your legs and everything else.
Okay.
What do you do?
Can I cast anything?
If it requires verbal, no. If it requires material, no.
Okay, wait, hold on. I need an iPhone charger.
Got you.
Thank you.
Yeah, she's almost dead. Her phone's almost dead.
Yeah, my phone's almost dead. I myself is not almost dead.
Coconut, come here.
Did you hear the grunt?
Fine.
Right?
I'll give you lunch.
That was up here.
Did they tell you that?
No, I'm being.
She's like, I'm being murdered right now. Shut up. I love you, but shut up. I'm getting murdered. You got 2? I'll give you props for that. You did get 2.
Fuck, it's a verbal.
You got further than some of the other players I've had that I've done the same thing with. You got a lot further. Just getting rid of Turth was a big deal.
Literally everything that I have requires a verbal somatic.
So you immediately think through your spell list, and you're like, all of them require me to speak, and I'm sitting here like nothing. Your hands are manacled.
I literally have nothing that I can do.
Midas
I
touch.
can't talk. I can't cast spells. I can't misty step to get out of the restraints.
Remember to remind them about the exhaustion.
Oh yeah, you guys are fucking all exhausted
You
because
take
you
one
woke up in
level
the
of
middle of the
exhaustion
night.
because you keep getting interrupted through this long rest.
Yeah, that little pride thing was all him picking something to wake you guys all up.
Yeah, I figured as much. Anywho, I can't do anything. I literally cannot do anything.
Okay, you gonna at least try to break the cuffs?
Sure, I'll strength save to
It's
get
not
out of
safe. It's a check.
strength check to get out of it.
You have inspiration.
Inspiration to cancel out the disadvantage of the exhaustion.
Fuck.
So it's only 4, so no.
Okay, so
I'm
you
not
struggle.
strong.
The bands as
Randy,
they lock
Randy
down,
go out of his way.
as you try to break them, you feel them going around you and you
I'm
recognize the
really
items. You know that now that you haven't broken free, you can't break free for
Hey,
24
Go
hours.
take it from him. That's somebody's
No, these are
son.
just normal manacles.
Oh, these are just normal manacles? But they're still DC 20.
He just still
Sit
DC
first.
20.
Okay.
Jesus, I got your back.
So you're sitting there and you have the manacles on you and you look up at him and you can't do anything and you're sitting there. What is your turn? What do you do in your turn?
I kick her into the portable hole.
Suddenly you see ah! When you hit the ground, you hear it and you hear it close up behind you and you're in absolute darkness with an echo. But you can't hear here. You're like you hear your own
And I pick up the hole.
put it in your pocket.
Are we at different holes?
No, you can see Bonham.
My dead body.
Oh no.
Oh, damn, dark. That was dark.
You didn't even clear it out before you went to the next opponent?
Why would I?
So, what do you do?
Try to break.
You gotta
Do
break
you
the
wipe the
manacles.
blood off your enemies off your knife before stabbing another
That's
enemy?
only a 5.
You hear yourself, "Arrgh!" and you're like, thank God I can at least hear. "Arrgh!"
Verbal snap.
Ah, no.
He hasn't told me I can yet, so
I have said several times that you can hear yourself in here in the hole.
okay.
And when you're restrained, you may use verbal and somatic, not material.
Okay.
But you can't reach your bag.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I try to misty step? Or does
If it requires verbal and somatic.
It's just verbal.
Okay. So you say the word and try to move.
Yeah.
How many feet?
It's 30 feet in front of me,
Okay, 30 feet.
I think.
Whoa! I need to read Misty Step because
I'm not entirely sure this is going to do anything.
I'm trying. I'm just
No,
trying
no,
everything
yeah.
that I can think of.
I don't think Misty Step can take
I
you
can't
to a
see anything
different
anyways,
dimension.
so.
We run back in time and try to save our mom from dying.
On your mom.
Terminator 4?
My goals are beyond your understanding.
I sit in the Mobius chair and I realized there's 3 jokers.
Okay, Misty Step spells.
I can't do it anyways
I
because
sit
I
in the
can't
Mobius
see
chair and
anything.
realize
It requires me to be able to see.
That's a bonus action, though.
Shit. What do you realize if you sit
Okay.
in the Mobius chair? You poop in your dreams.
So you bamf, or you try to bamf and
if you see a toilet,
I just
in your
can't see
dream,
anything,
can't,
so it
so,
doesn't work.
yeah.
So I can't do it.
you still have your
I
actions. though.
repeat, do not use the toilet in your dream. It's a trap.
It's a trap. Made that mistake once.
Never again, I'd tell you that.
Then you'd peeing in the dog kennel and wondering why. And you wake up and your dog's sitting there looking at you like, you son of a bitch. 2 can play at this game.
Oh! Oh! I'm gonna use Dimension Door and go back.
Okay, let's read Dimension Door.
Yeah.
I hadn't accounted for that one, did you?
Oh boy.
No strategy in D&D is foolproof.
Nope. You got 2, I'm proud.
Okay, but Turth isn't actually dead. He's just in the Abyss realm.
Oh,
I
I'm
don't know
gonna
if I
die.
can do it.
Okay.
Yeah,
You're
it's.
wrong.
Wait till you find out where he ended up.
I'm so sorry.
I hate you guys. No,
Yeah,
it just takes
That's
me
who I
up.
met.
Oh
It
no!
doesn't go from a different dimension.
Okay,
Like
so
it says.
so what does it say?
You can teleport yourself from your current location to any other spot within range.
You're so dead.
Whenever you arrive at exactly that spot.
I'm so sorry.
When you arrive exactly at that spot that's desired, you can play where I can see. again, everything requires seed.
A lot of them
So
do.
I can't use Dimension Door. Fuck!
So you're sitting there and you're like, I'll Dimension Door, and you're like, not gonna work.
Can't see. Who has my fucking town with my genie in it? I mean, it's not.
It's
mine,
at home.
apparently. It's not
Oh,
mine
I
now.
do, don't I?
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh, yeah, she does have it.
You have the genie?
Yeah!
No helping, assholes!
Well, the doppelganger's about to have the genie.
You Revan just wish the other one dead.
No.
I'm not even gonna waste
No,
time.
he'll give it
Kill.
to the Breaker Witch Coven.
Oh, that would be hot if he had to work for the Breaker Witch Coven. That is sexual. That is hot sexual
not
action.
Yeah, Reptil died, but we got the genie anyway, so...
Oh my god.
Alright, I want to... I can't see.
He's probably really badass by now.
Everything requires...
He was a baby before. It's been
I want to cast a firebolt to see if I can't, like, light something on fire to...
Does it require a material component?
No, it does not. Just a
It's a
verbal and
cantrip,
somatic.
so...
A lot of my cantrips require materials.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Yeah, like almost every single
So you
one.
firebolt out against the wall.
Yeah, I just want to try and catch something on fire to see if I can see.
fizzles.
Suddenly it starts to catch, starts to cook, and then you see the bending of worlds. It breaks. You sit there and you see it starts to dissolve into nothing, and then it would explode. I'm going to need you to make another reflex
Throw it on
save.
the- As soon as I would imagine it would start fizzling from the fire and smoke or whatever. As soon as that happens, I take it and I throw it on the ground.
Okay. Go ahead and make me a reflex save.
You mean dexterity save?
And is that where you're going to throw it?
Just ground, right on the ground, about 5 feet away.
Shit. Okay. You missed an opportunity. All right. So
What opportunity?
suddenly you
You're
see
down
it starts
one of
to
us.
burn
You're
up
down,
and
bro.
everything, and you see it's like Star Wars when it does the stars and they just rush.
Okay.
But it's a bunch of colors and it like goes every which way but loose and just goes until you find yourself on this black floating rock in the middle of nowhere, and you look up and it looks like there's like a mirrored ocean kind of thing where on one side it's mirrored on the other.
Okay.
And you hear, well, I was anticipating to get the other one, but okay. And you slowly turn around and you see a Bone Devil, and he's like, I am not happy he's been taken out of my grasp. And he looks down at the body, and he goes to touch it, and it shocks his hand. I'll just take it out on you. And
But-
pause right there.
I noticed your candle's out.
Oh,
I
sorry.
used my inspiration
You didn't get the
candle
Bone
chunks.
Devil.
I actually used.
When
to
you turn
try
around,
and,
you see a
fight
Baylor demon.
Turf.
Because he's in. But yeah, he was for
Solid
Turth,
use.
and
I'm-
you saw
no-
Turth,
no,
and that
like-
makes sense.
No,
All right, so what's your
cap.
save?
No,
cap.
Wait, what?
if you watch
What was
stream
your save?
again, you'd be
I
like,
rolled.
Turth got Turth. I said it, yeah.
27.
So you take it and whip it out in the ground. It takes a section of the ship out. You can see down below the hold. Huh.
But I'm still in silence, so there's that.
Yep.
Thing is, now I don't have a portable hole.
I know.
had one?
Well, you had the one that you threw
I
behind
know.
Turth in the beginning. That one hasn't been used. Remember?
I thought when I pushed Turth in the hole,
you push him
and
into
his
his own
hole.
hole.
I thought they both got destroyed.
He has another portable hole. You threw one behind him while he slept.
Yes, and then he threw one.
No one
underneath
picked
me.
that up. He threw one underneath you and came out, and you guys are grappling.
Yes,
And
and
then-
then I pushed him in that one,
And that one.
and I
so
thought
that one's
those
still
both
there.
got destroyed.
He had another portable hole.
I had two
There's
portable
two.
holes.
Yours.
Your
portable
original
hole
is
in my
still
bag.
there.
Okay, okay.
Great.
Your
So
next
now I'm
victim?
Cuffing Mickey.
Okay. Mickey, your dreams are prophetic. So literally, as you're sitting there, and you see her walking around Dathersport, and you're like, no, something's really
Yeah.
wrong.
Who's fucky here?
And you start to yell, and you can't yell, and you're like, okay, so I can't speak where I'm at. I have to wake up.
Ready though?
And you feel clasping around your hands, and you wake up like instantly, seeing your hands get manacled together. And you look over and you see it's a tall gray creature, almost like a. You have the picture.
That's the only thing I don't like.
And his eyes are cephalopody, and the fact that the pupils look like squeezed in the edges and like a peanut almost. And you see that sitting there staring over you. You look at his robe and it's black on the outside with red on the inside. And although you can't see him
Is this
smile,
why you guys were outside in my driveway
I know he's
for like
smiling.
midnight?
Partly.
I know he's smiling.
you
Making
just
my
know
dogs
this
go
fucker's
crazy.
sleeping. You were sleeping.
And I'm awake now.
You're awake now.
And I'm awake and I have cuffs on.
You have cuffs on, and from your dream, I'll give you that you know that it's silenced. You don't even have to make a sound to know that you can't speak in this area.
Yeah.
I know which one I want to do.
I know. 100% now.
Pretty much
That's not
represent Witcher. That's what you look like? That's pretty cool. That's pretty chill.
Well,
Characters.
Yeah.
Good luck now.
I'm not gonna fight.
Haley's still kicking.
No, I'm gonna.
Yeah.
Found a way to kick.
I'm gonna.
Fuck yeah, she is.
Wide head.
Bonham, I'm sorry. Your spells were just not geared towards that. The one he had was Moonbeam. And that would have been so fucking useful. But the silence.
I got royally fucked by not being able to see him.
Oh.
Yeah.
All the benefits it's given you across the time, it had to come to roost sometime, man.
Well,
We didn't plan it. We went straight by the book on whatever it was.
I was legitimately worried that a doppelganger was chaotic evil. I didn't even realize until like yesterday that they're true neutral.
okay.
Also, your chimes. That's
I
why
want
they
to
were
use
chiming the
identify on
entire
my
time.
handcuffs.
Because around him. You're gonna what?
Use identify on my handcuffs. I have to touch it. They're on me, so
I'm
that's
so
that
sorry.
touching.
God.
It is touching. Does it require verbal? A V?
No, doesn't require verbal,
You
and
gotta
it doesn't
play them.
require me to see it. Just have
Warforged.
to touch it.
What are you casting?
He wants to cast identify on them.
Identify.
No, wait, yep, it does
But it's
require
also-
verbal. I gotta say it.
Okay, so you think I'll identify these, and then you're like, shit, I can't do
Do I
it.
have to have a sort of warning too?
The entire time the chimes are going off, I tried to warn you guys as much as possible. That's why I was surprised you didn't take it. I'm like, sounds kind of neat for you, doesn't it? And you're like, oh, I want the other one. I'm like,
Well, why'd I pop the bubble?
gain their trust, I thought.
Yeah.
All right.
Let them have a cool thing.
It's just that it was warning them against you.
No, I was totally oblivious to that.
So were they.
Apparently.
Especially on the ship, I'm like, yeah, his chimes just won't shut up. I think I'd be like, either this thing's fucking broken, or I don't trust this asshole.
It's busted.
Well, I was slightly thinking it was going off on Nash
Yeah.
because he was the only new one there. But...
Mm.
Well, also kind of the whole point of
Oh, you already killed him? Where'd
this.
he go?
You didn't delete him, did you?
Bonham?
I'm also a little,
Little what?
oh, that's my train of thought.
So what would have happened if I had both my portable holes in my bag?
In the same bag?
Yeah.
They would explode. I figured you kept them separate.
Well, no, I'm saying like when I got thrown into the portable hole.
It's the same thing.
Just the same thing.
Yeah.
Telepathic bond is
Ooh.
verbal. Fuck me. Nope.
Yeah, spellcasters get fucked in silence pretty hard.
That silence was a stroke of genius.
Don't go patting yourself on the back.
No,
just
I
yet.
thought
sit
of that
down
this
Indian
morning.
style.
Until you
You anticipate what's
Almost.
coming? You're like, fuck it.
I know what's happening.
against,
Yeah,
like
sit down.
Okay, so
like if
shoot
I
him or
had gotten
anything?
that
Nope.
one, all it was that one.
All right, he elects to sit Indian style. I think he would shoot you, but he's sitting Indian style.
Not shooting you.
You're not shooting me.
Not shooting you.
You said Indian style.
Said Indian style.
All right, I'm kicking you in the portable hole.
You're kicking me in the portable hole.
Yeah.
He misses, and he falls in the portable hole. That's you fucking did. And I'm gonna use that. Can I use that?
No, you don't. You don't
Let me
use that.
use
You force him to re-roll.
Yeah.
The only thing is he has to still make a check. So make me unopposed strength athletics check.
Okay.
You are disadvantaged against it, so you can burn that to be at advantage.
Yeah.
Or you can just pick your roll.
I'm gonna pick my roll.
Okay.
I'm gonna pick my
And then
roll.
you're gonna pick his roll, I take
And I
it.
pick his roll too. I'm using both my dice, and you're losing.
That's
Sorry.
fucking hot.
He was the other one I was worried about with his portents.
He rolled a 3. I rolled a 20.
Honestly, with how sometimes Jonathan, you say that again?
He's in the hole.
He rolled a 1.
He rolled a 3. I rolled a 20. He's in the hole.
So yeah, he goes to grapple you when you go to push him over, and you just all of a sudden, like you bang your knee against something, he moves out of the way like a ninja, like he was anticipating you falling a certain way, and hip checks you, and you go down. You're face first in the hole. That's your action.
That's my action.
Or reaction, I would
It was a
imagine.
reaction.
No,
What
no.
did you-
Because
It's
it was
his-
my turn. I kicked him in the hole, and he was changing shit up.
Okay,
What
it would
was the
probably be. It would probably be, even though he didn't tell us, it would be.
My action
he
was
holds
sitting
his
down.
action
Yeah.
to do that. So then, okay, so then that would be a reaction, knock you in. Okay. That all sounds about right, according to Works of Events. He would wait. Then it's his reaction to send you in there. You spent your action to try to push him. That gets blurred. So you have the rest of your actions, or the rest of your attacks, even though you have nothing. Yeah.
What do you do?
You have multiple attacks. Under multi-attack, you would still have those attacks. You still have movement.
I'm going to climb out of the hole.
Okay. Take you twice as much, 10, so it would take you 20 feet.
I have 35 feet of movement.
Okay, so he comes climbing back out of the hole.
Tim's climbing back out of the hole.
What else is your action?
Well, there was the kick. I assume that was an attack.
Mm-hmm.
Or just an interaction, probably more than anything.
No, it's an attack.
Well, we haven't been rolling for it previously, so...
No, we also haven't had judo going on.
Yeah.
Bed judo.
So, it's an attack. Do I have an additional attack since I have second attack?
Mhm.
So I can kick him again.
Yes, you can.
You kick me again, but I'm not in front of the hole this time. You just climbed out of the hole, I'd be in front of you. Right?
Well, if
Hole,
there's...
here's you.
Well, then I can
Well,
grab
you're
you
right
and
here.
then just swing you around.
You
And drop you, yeah.
Yeah.
So it would be an opposed athletics and acrobatics check.
And now you don't have portents.
Hmm.
I'm pretty sure he still has luck, though.
I do have luck.
He's gonna try that
What am I
shitty shit
rolling? What
again.
am I doing?
Anyone want to
Rolling
give me
for what?
inspiration?
No.
It's opposed athletics or acrobatics.
You're fucked. I don't think any of us have
Mickey
inspiration.
fucking
has
surprising.
Acrobatics, and I want to burn this.
Okay, so that makes it a straight roll, which is fine
A straight roll.
because you're exhausted, so you're rolling at disadvantage. But now you're rolling just normal.
Okay.
You got a d20 there and a d20 here. That was
19,
surprising.
20, 21,
Yep,
22,
he wins.
23. 23.
okay. So yeah, you're unable to grapple him. He's able to shirk you off.
But that's my turn.
Okay. It's Mickey's turn.
It's Mickey's turn. I'm going to shoot him.
Okay. So you grab you're like,
Going to shoot him.
all right. Go ahead and make me an attack roll disadvantage.
Attack roll, disadvantage. Roll twice and
Take
take
the
the lowest.
It's weird to see a gun go off without any
That
sound.
was a 10.
The
So
hammer
10.
goes off, right?
10 plus what?
What? With my left.
Your dex and your proficiency.
Yeah, and unfortunately it doesn't add it up for you. So you see your proficiency bonus is +4. Yeah, dexterity bonus is +4. Holy shit!
18.
Jesus! Yeah, that'll
18.
hit.
I shoot him. Okay.
Again,
What else?
roll damage.
This is what it was. It was
I'm just picturing like a Jonah Hex moment where like
Oh, I don't
he
watch shitty
pulls
DC
up-
movies. You're gonna have to give it a different.
He pulls up his like coat, his
1,
coat
2,
jacket
10
and
plus
then shoots
4.
him from behind the
Which
jacket.
one's the D10?
Cut myself shaving.
10 is this one.
What's in your face?
What's it at?
Myself shaving.
Plus 4.
3,
Is there
4,
anything
5,
in
6,
that?
7 points of damage.
7 points of damage.
Seven
doesn't-
points of
Hold on.
damage.
Hold on. Thank you, Mandy. That was sweet of you.
I reload with my bonus.
So you kind
Action.
No, it's fine.
of start reloading.
Both handcuffs. You know, it's kind of one of those cool shoot scene.
Yeah.
Shoot scenes.
My turn?
Your turn.
I'm gonna grapple him again.
Okay. Opposed checks.
Opposed checks.
It's a disadvantage because you're exhausted.
Disadvantage again. 14.
That's a tie.
Okay. No, a tie states that whatever you're trying to do, whatever the state of the events that are going on, remain the same. So nothing.
Okay.
So you try to grapple them, you tie, you don't grapple.
Do one of these.
Okay, second attack, can I grapple again?
Okay.
Yeah.
Grapple or push.
Well.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. Oh.
5.
And it's a net. Well, it's specifically a net 1.
Yeah, that's a 7 for me, so I do grapple.
Okay. You get thrown into a hole. You can hear the slamming of you down in there in the hole, though.
Cool.
And then I pick up the hole.
Suddenly the closes over.
And he picks up the hole.
Mm-hmm. Now what do you do?
Fireball.
Fireball.
It requires material.
Does
you can't
it?
do that.
Oh.
He's like, I want to use fireball at least
Does
one time.
he not have his materials?
He can't
No,
reach them.
he's
can't reach
restrained.
them.
He can't reach his back to get
I'm
material.
buying a lot of shit while restrained, but getting in and reaching into your compartment to root around for an eye of newt
a very specific item.
or a pubic hair of an elephant, I ain't buying that. I'll buy you can dump all the shit out and like look at it and then pick it up, maybe.
Okay.
But I'm not buying a person.
You're also in a pitch black extra dimensional space, running out of oxygen.
Oh, is that what you did? You lost oxygen?
Yeah, he's suffocating.
At least I have an opening for mine.
You guys made it to the astral
Yeah,
plane.
but I also though like it was as he goes to Dialotus, he felt the Bone Devil grabbed him and tried to pull him back. Dialotus, I had to determine a long time ago that because of Nyx, she has more divine power. She has more worshippers than he does. He has a lot of minor worshippers, but he doesn't have like he has 2 paladins. He has no clerics right now.
And he has a druid.
Yeah, that's starting to kick out. So like she has more power on my like scale, right? So she's like, no. She face palmed him, pushed him back, and then accepted Bonham, and then exalted him into an angel.
Aww.
Yeah,
Never got to punch God in the face though.
I can't talk, huh?
not over. You can hear.
Okay.
Yes.
You are
I
an
can't.
angel.
No, you can
might
talk
be able
in
to do
here
it anyways.
now.
I can
Yes.
talk in here.
In the hole, yes.
I
Out
want
of
to. I want to try to use the howl of the Volkish tribe. I want to see if they can hear me.
just here in this extra dimensional space.
That's definitely
Yeah,
no.
you're out in the middle. You're in a pocket dimension,
Okay.
out in outer space. So you howl just in case. That's free.
I'm
That's
out-
free
I'm
action.
out of space. Okay.
So you howl it out, and you're like, okay. Had a feeling they wouldn't, but you never know.
You never know.
Meanwhile, the one a member of the Volcash tribes that's in the Feywild, I hear something.
What the fuck is that? Dude, fuck.
I mean, the astral plane is one of the outer planes, so it's kind of close to the Feywild-ish.
Yeah, the
Right.
Shadow Realm and the Astral Plane are basically the membrane that protects reality.
No. The Shadow Realm is basically the negative plane.
Yeah.
So the Feywild and the Shadow Realm are opposites, right next to the main plane.
It's complicated because yes, you're
It
right,
is
but it's also
very complicated.
it's also a separate action from.
Okay, we're like on a tangent.
We're nerding out. I'm sorry. What you doing?
Sorry, I had to read about this stuff for this plan.
How much I can?
Have you seen my book?
What book?
My old one. With the papers.
I haven't seen it for a minute. It might be inside there.
The Shadow
Nope, it's on top of the box of it.
These are the planes.
See, or
Material plane, the main one. Feywild, Shadowfell,
take some stuff.
Ethereal plane, Elemental planes. The Astral plane's way out here. It's actually, no, it's not close to the Feywild. So you have the Feywild right here. This is the Astral plane. So you have all of these other
that is
alignment
different
planes.
than the last edition. That's a whole different.
Yeah.
I know. I'm waiting.
Hey, guy. There's nothing really I can do.
I'm gonna shoot the darkness.
I'm gonna shoot the darkness.
It's worth a try.
Fire!
I shoot the darkness.
Do you really?
Yeah, I'm gonna shoot the darkness.
You
Roll for damage.
No, you just tear a hole in the extra dimensional space. Starts
like it's
fizzling again.
Throw it.
Make me just dexterity save.
19.
So you're like fucking. You're running out of oxygen, and you just squeeze the trigger out of anger.
Not out of anger.
Desperation more.
Desperation.
would be the desperation would be the word.
Once the tear goes through, you see a whole bunch of colored stars shift and bend until you see the glassy surface above you. And you see this being of pure shadow just starts to appear, and you see just eyes come from the shadow, and he says, well, the three of us knew we were going to get some, but I somehow thought I was going to get something else.
Okay.
He looks at you curiously for a second.
Okay.
We'll close out right there.
Wait. Where's
Mandy.
Zaleria in all of this?
No, we're moving to you.
Oh, okay. I thought you were like ending the game. I was like, no. Okay.
That was the last
got it.
portable hole.
Yep.
And amount of mana.
She's the one I wanted to go in the portable hole the most for that, but... And you're out of manacles. What are you going to do to her?
I'm gonna go up and just start trying to choke her.
Okay. Have I been awake and seen this the entire
you've
time?
been asleep.
Okay.
I cast a silence spell so no one would wake up.
Okay.
You can battle us one by one.
Yeah.
So... okay, so attacking a downed opponent, or an unconscious opponent, means that you automatically crit.
I just want to
You attack
grapple.
with advantage.
I imagine choking her is just a grapple. Just
Okay.
grab her neck.
Yeah. So you wake up, Zaleria, and you see wrapped around your neck is a set of hands attached to. Did you see? Show you the picture?
Yeah.
And the cephalopodian eyes kind of look, and then that little like color tingle go through his body. Suddenly, he's just sitting up there.
I just want to take my claws and slash him across the face.
Okay.
Slash.
Do you want me to roll for it?
That's an attack. Yeah.
You got this.
With your claws.
Yes. She hit.
So 19.
You do roll with disadvantage because you're exhausted.
Well,
16.
first level of exhaustion is just skill checks.
Oh, never mind.
Okay,
So
so
what was
it's a
your first one?
19.
19.
19 will hit.
That's 4 points of damage.
4 points of damage.
With your bare knuckle, like, sing!
Yeah.
Khajiit, dude, I'm telling you. Unarmed Khajiit's where it's at.
That's
She
all you
scratches you.
I mean, that's all I can do. I can only do one attack per turn.
I will buy that Dular, who's cuddled up with you, is now awake and furious.
Yeah, I can only do one attack.
Dular will... Dular will try to aid you in your defense. So anything that has to do with AC,
Okay.
she will be able to help you with.
Say goodbye.
Oh, no. Too soon.
I'll be missing you.
Can I say in my dying breath to my dog that I want him to help Zaleria?
Unfortunately, the dog is kept in a different room.
And
I'd
it's a
already thought about
celestial
that.
being bound to him, so after he dies, would it still exist?
No, he would still exist, but he would go to be
Yeah.
at his side.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll tell you what. There is a spell. Clerics get it. What's the one? It's like a 10% chance every time.
Oh.
I will buy as a parting shot. You can do. I think it's commune.
I'm not a cleric.
No.
Well,
No, now you're an
paladins
angel.
are cleric hybrids, basically.
Yeah.
Paladins are basically the love child of cleric and fighter.
Take a look at commune, real quick, and just take a look. That might be the spell. I could be completely off.
I probably don't have it because I'm only a level 4 with my cleric, so I probably don't know it yet.
Okay.
What you're talking about.
It's basically it's a 10% chance at some divine help. To which case I would buy that Kusif could be sent to aid her.
Oh, that's a divine intervention.
Is it divine intervention?
Hold on, I'm looking.
Divine intervention, that's the cleric's big swing, like wish.
Mm-hmm.
So
You're thinking channel divinity, like preserve life or something like that.
but channel divinity has different effects depending on your oath.
Yeah.
And he's Oath of the Ancients, and I don't think that gets.
Man, you have been looking into their characters.
No, I the
Bloodthirsty
paladin
much?
I'm building is also Oath of the Ancients.
Oh, that's right.
So that's why I've been looking at it.
Okay, so back to the Zalaria fight. So Zalaria scratches him across the edge. Anything for your action or for your bonus action? Or...
Private. No.
I mean, I don't know if it would be considered a bonus action. She's going to try and get out of his grip, but I don't know if that counts as an action or a bonus action.
It would basically have been your action versus attack.
Yeah.
Do you have another attack?
I can only attack once per action.
Okay. Your turn.
I keep joking her.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me unarmed damage.
Unarmed damage.
Mm-hmm. Which should be your slam attack, honestly.
Yes.
It's your slam attack.
They can just roll one for that. Dumb.
What?
I'm really dumb. Just going back and looking at the encounter now.
+6 to hit.
It going through my head.
Honestly, one of the reasons why this was thrown was because when you guys get new players, you accept them with open arms without asking them very many questions. I've said it.
Like you did at the beginning of this session. Like, when that happened, I was like, oh.
Now I
That's
know
why
what Zach
this
was
is
talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
You guys do welcome with open arms, but you do it with very little caution. And that's happened with Haley. I was cool with it.
because you were hiring her.
Yeah. Because
And
you were being
Marzio
hired.
was apprehensive of Mickey.
Yeah.
But there's been a couple times where you guys have been just a little too quaint and accepting of people that could be dangerous. So it's one of the reasons. All right, so
It's a 21
we're
to hit.
focusing. A 21?
Yeah.
Okay.
Even with Dular aiding.
My AC is currently an 18.
So what does Dular give her?
Dular basically would mean that it's aiding another.
I believe that would be a +2.
Is it +2 or is it you roll at disadvantage?
I think when it comes to AC, it's a +2 bonus.
Aid another.
Well, aid another with skill checks, like you give them advantage, basically. But we're talking about against AC. So if you're aiding someone with AC,
You
you
got-
can roll it as like a protection kind of ability, which normally gives them a boost to their AC.
Do me a favor and code him real quick. Even more than you already are. Look up aid another. Think about what we're branding the next turn into.
It is not in here, unless you're talking about the aid spell.
No, it'd be
It's not in here.
assist.
Assist. Not in here.
Level Blossom, though.
Do AIDS exist in this world?
Yeah.
I need to check.
It only happens to
Yeah,
people
there's
who are,
not aid
who are
or
bigots,
assist
though.
in the index here.
Shit, aid another's a pretty common thing.
What is it? Aid another?
Another.
Another one.
You might be able to roll it as a +3. I don't know. I'm fairly confident that it's not giving me disadvantage.
It's not.
Because I know it gives you. I know it gives you.
I'm pretty sure it boosts her AC.
As we all check our phones.
Yeah, I can't find it.
Help action.
Help.
Help.
Halt.
This is why you tuned in, YouTube.
Except we're on Twitch right now.
Yeah, well, sorry. I go for the long-term broadcast. Ryan's sitting there at work like, God damn it.
He
I
actually
think
went
he
home.
said that he had to go home.
Yeah, he
On,
just tuned right back in,
Valyria
asking if he's
gains-
alive.
If you're using the help, she would just gain advantage on her next ability check.
Okay. There should be one for combat, though.
Alternatively, you can aid a friendly creature in attacking a creature within 5 feet of you. You feint, distract the target, or in some other way team up to make your ally's attack more effective. If your ally attacks the target before your next turn, your first attack roll is made with advantage.
But you use your action to do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it would be Dular using the help action, which would give you advantage against me.
Which cancels out your disadvantage, but it's not an attack, so it does give you advantage. So that's good at least.
Yeah.
Sorry about the bookwork.
No, you're good.
Okay. So, all right, I lost whose turn it was.
I was.
You
attacking
continued
her.
choking. How much
And-
damage?
I only rolled a hit. I have not rolled damage yet.
Okay.
So
Excuse me.
That's 1d6 plus 4. That is 9 points of bludgeoning damage.
Your next attack, I take it, is to do the same thing?
Yes. Oh, that is only a 9 to hit. That will miss.
Yeah, that will miss.
So you just can't get your hands right on the... Like, you do, and she's starting to...
She's
but-
struggling. She's starting to flail. It's fine. Everything's fine.
What you doing, Mandy?
She's gonna. So where she? Are we sleeping in hammocks or on actual bunks?
Some are on hammocks and some are on actual bunks.
Okay.
You're on an actual bunk.
Okay. She's gonna flop her arm down onto her bag, pull out her dagger, and stab it into his side.
All right, make me an attack roll with advantage, because Dular is, like, flying up and trying to, like, scratch his eyes out.
bitch!
So that's
Weird to see him all
8.
silent.
It's a 14 plus 7, so 21.
That'll hit.
That's 6 points of damage.
6 points of damage.
I believe it's your go.
Alright. Slam attack again. That's a 25 to hit.
Yeah.
That is 4, so 8 bludgeoning. And then another attack. That is only a 14 to hit.
Nope.
Alright.
Okay. Zalaria.
Okay, well, obviously he isn't letting go. Can I wild shape even though he is holding on to me?
Yes, you can.
As a druid ability, it doesn't require verbal components.
It doesn't. Not verbal, somatic, none of it. And being restrained or grappled or anything else, I've always ruled that wild shape gets you out of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
You wild shape.
Gonna wild shape into a grizzly bear.
Alright.
Suddenly, silently, the walls of it just break apart and it falls down. You both tumble to the ground and get back up and sit there. Dular's sitting there still flying around trying to get you. But it's all this quiet
Not
and
yet.
comfortable, quiet, like, fight scene.
Dead fucking quiet.
You're sitting there and the bear just dead silence.
Oh, she's pissed.
Grizzly bar!
I could have run into
to
raid.
take care of us while we were
You
on the
didn't.
tiny.
No,
I
I'm saying
would-
I could have though.
Yes, you could have.
Not
I was really
necessarily.
surprised you
That's
didn't.
what I was
Because
kept it
it's
on
in
the
the
side.
No,
I
the
think
tiny,
I
the
could.
tiny hut.
Yeah. No, you don't have
was
to.
one of the
You could have
magic items I
raged.
was using.
Again, watching this later, you're going to kick yourself a couple
I'm
times.
already doing it. I'm already doing it.
Oh, I do that all the time.
It's
I
going
drive
through my
home
head.
and I'm just like, oh, I
It's
could've
like our
done this, and
conversations
this would've
from
been
Ryan.
Give me the brown bear stats. Thank you.
The one that snubbed you the most, though, was Mickey just being like, "Oh, I'm gonna be all complacent." Fuck you, asshole. That was solid. That was solid shit.
Our ride backs from Ryan. It's just like quiet the first 5 minutes.
You guys just thinking.
So wild
And
shape
then it's
is
like,
different than polymorph.
we should have done
correct?
this
Yes.
and this, or this or this.
So does she keep her hit points, or how does her hit points?
No, she gets.
I get the hit
she
points.
Gets its hit points.
Yeah.
Okay.
They made it really easy in this edition. You can turn into these things.
Yeah.
You get their hit points. When you drop to 0, you're at your normal hit points again. Pretty easy. You can only do it twice a day, but when you're level 20, you can
Nope.
shapeshift
Twice
unlimited
per
times.
short rest.
Yeah, okay. But you get unlimited when you're level 20. That's fucking
I'm
hot.
glad I have the next 3 days off. Shit. Bereavement.
You ain't dead. You ain't dead, Sugar Pop.
But he's dead.
Yeah, bereavement. Kurth is going to be dead because of who I met down there.
Well, Bonham is the
Sorry,
only one who's
Zach, my
dead.
brother died.
3 of you guys
so-
are on the astral plane. Zalaria is probably going to survive this fight, honestly.
You is that corona?
Which is
So
hilarious.
far, I'm impressed. Let's
So
see what you
far,
got.
No.
You brown bear
I
out?
drank
Yeah.
that.
What kind of action? It's a bonus action to shapeshift, am I correct?
I think it's actually a full action.
No.
Yeah, as an action, you can magically assume the shape of a beast. No.
So that's it. Your bonus action? Your movement action?
She'll put a little bit of distance between them. More
Okay.
of because she kind of wants to see what he can do or is going to do.
So like,
Also to catch her.
"Roar!"
Yeah.
You kung fu?
Like,
Roar!
more
Panda!
of she'll like kind of like start to circle him And she's very much
Go
very
full on
the center.
dragon warrior on your ass.
But she's also like, I gotta catch my breath real quick. Because she woke up to be choked and she's like, what the fuck? Where are my friends? Where are my people? So like right now she's focused on him, but she's also like, where the fuck are my friends? Where are my people?
Dular keeps flying again silently.
They are all straight up gone.
All right,
My
you're
turn.
up.
Well, sorry, but I'm going to use some of my roguey shit right now. I took the Skulker feat, so I can hide in dim light.
Okay. You Twinkie fuck. Sculpt away. I take it as your bonus action. You're
Yep,
hiding.
I'm hiding for my
'Cause-
bonus action.
Yeah. And now because of Dread Ambusher. That's fun. I warned you guys that you guys were going to be mad at me.
That is
ahead of
a
time.
15 for stealth.
Now I
Make
hope
me a
that
perception
I
check.
fuck you guys over
So-
and do get picked for jury duty, and you guys won't have another jeweler for the entire fucking week.
I get advantage because bears have keen smell, which
Y'all are
means...
just lucky.
But you also have
Landed
disadvantage
and not
because you
me.
have one level
Huh?
of
Y'all
exhaustion.
are
So
lucky
you
you
can't
landed and not me.
Does the exhaustion transfer over to me being a bear, though?
Yes.
Okay.
It does do
So
that.
just roll normal. That's the advantage. Okay.
But that's better than rolling a disadvantage. That's for
17.
So you do see
Seven-
me, so I do not get my sneak attack at least.
Yeah, like that bear, the keen senses actually really helped you there.
So I'm just going to attack with my short sword now.
That +1 short sword that he had to have.
Oops. Ryan says, I'm mad at Zach on behalf of all of you.
That would
It's made some
be
beautiful
I think that
story.
Ryan needs to kill Zach tomorrow.
a 22 to hit.
Ah, damn. Yeah, that hits. I'm gonna need paper to track.
That will be
I am on
9
week 3 of murdering characters.
That will be 9
Pretty
points
proud.
of piercing damage.
Okay, hold on. Sorry.
What?
It's twice with Haley.
All
Once
those
with
times,
Armia.
all those times you guys are like, no, Armia's not dead. All those times
And
you...
Haley's not dead yet either.
Yeah, it's true. All those times... All those times you guys are like, oh, you always say this. It's like, all right, you're starting to see this as a thing.
Okay, you said 9 points of damage?
Yeah, but you had to invest in another PC to take care of it.
Just to
for
fool you. No, I would have stolen what Ryan did. You guys wouldn't get any checks. You would have woken up with Universal
I took a
Solvent.
lot of
I
shit
thought
from
Ryan
this,
had a great
though.
idea.
Like, I took these ability scores, even after a dwarf's modifications and everything, it has these abilities, and I used a slam attack against Zaleria, and Zach gave me an allowance of magic items that I have not gone out of at all.
Mm-hmm. We collaborated to make sure it was still a fair combat.
Yeah, I believe that.
Okay, so,
I did myself.
okay. So, you do still see him. You did your damage?
Yes.
Yeah.
Everything good there?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
But I have a second attack, right?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Another one.
Gesundheit.
I'm
That
sorry.
will only be a 13 to hit.
It still hits.
It still hits because
Yeah, bears are pretty easy to hit.
different. That is another 9 points of damage.
Oh.
You slam a bear?
No, I stabbed it with my
Okay.
sword.
I stabbed it with Leon's sword.
Yeah,
Little katana looking thing.
that'll be my turn. Zach told me he wants a TPK. I started thinking.
Made writing easy for me. Made writing real easy for me.
Alright, she's gonna try and bite him.
Bite to
Get him.
Does your dog bite?
Damn it!
That was so close. Rolled a 19.
Almost a 20.
A 19 to
So,
hit.
25.
She
Yep,
rolled a
that'll hit.
19.
My AC is 16.
Okay.
Crunchy.
28.
Crunchy
Crunch
doppelganger.
Doppelganger.
7. 11 points of piercing damage.
11.
No PvP don't hurt nobody. I'm more like a referee at this point.
Okay, so my question is, they technically get multi-attacks. Can I
Mhm.
still do that?
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Okay.
There you go. All the rest of it down.
All the bells and whistles.
That's a 17 to hit with my
Okay.
claws. 2d6. Can I borrow a d6, please?
Mine are up.
Thanks.
He's done. He's rage quitting this session.
That's another 8 points of damage.
Okay. Anything else?
No, that's all I can do.
So I was thinking I might start a siren.
Because I can do one with a bite and one with
I might
claw.
start the siren.
I am once again going to try and hide for my bonus action.
When I want to get my,
Skulker feet.
my Zane up. Because I want people to see how fast I'm built is that I have on my PlayStation.
Damn it!
Okay,
14.
confirm that's cocked.
That is cocked.
We determined last game if it's not inside the border.
Oof. 7,
Well,
8,
that
9.
wouldn't be cocked.
10.
because it said border.
I successfully hide.
Damn.
Shit. And I rolled a 2.
Hold on. Would she still get advantage or no?
Well,
She doesn't get advantage, but she doesn't get disadvantage.
Yeah.
either. You guys are exhausted,
Oh,
but
yeah,
she has keen
that's right,
senses.
that's
Yeah,
right.
So now if I attack from stealth,
You get a sneak attack.
I get sneak attack.
Fuck.
Yep.
I
know.
So that's just normal attack, or do I
I
get
haven't played
advantage?
Mo's
You have to get advantage to get sneak attack because you are stealthed and she can't see you. You get advantage.
Zane has the best.
Dust off
dialogue
your
in the
robe.
game.
Do you remember that's about right?
He's funny as shit. You couldn't even hear it.
I'm pretty sure it is.
Banjo. Come on. He just says that when he kills people.
How you liking that Xbox, Terry?
Pretty dope. I got the all digital.
Yeah. Sorry.
Why?
Because it's
The coconut's
nostalgic
just-
to put
it's
a
sneak
DVD
attack
Once per
or a
turn,
disc
you
into a
deal-
game.
I read the sneak attack. It doesn't say anything about just how you
Feels
get
nice,
advantage.
just
You
slide
don't
it in.
get
My dog
advantage
chews up
on this
discs,
pack
so-
if there's another enemy
Another
within
person
5
within 5
feet. The
But
enemy
he chewed up
isn't
my
It's
first,
just, this is a
incapacitated.
1v1
GTA game I
encounter,
got.
basically, so...
My,
I'm
first
pretty sure.
GTA
Yeah, no, it's
Chewed
under
it up.
stealth and hiding. So I'll take a peek.
My nephew took my first GTA 5 that I have ever had, and he skated it on the floor. Like, there was an enamel floor, or not enamel, but tile floor. Well, he took that and another game I had, and he was using them as skates for the kitchen.
Normally we don't look up rules. We're usually pretty good on these. It's been a long week.
You
for
play
me.
Borderlands though?
I've not played Borderlands.
It's fun.
I heard we have it.
I
haven't.
I almost got the Division, but it's like
I'm
it
playing the
went up to
Division.
$30.
Oh my
Yeah,
god! I
I'm
just found a
playing the
joke in
Division
the
right
I
now.
just found a joke in the rule book.
What?
They have Thaco. See attack roll. Thaco's from second edition. They literally threw a joke in here.
Not surprised.
Okay, so
But no, I like
looking
Zane.
for stuff.
Do you know when you go down in Promethea in the pod? I don't know what Flack says when he comes off the pod the first time.
Oh my god! Stealth literally says see 6 other things. Under
Yeah, I
dexterity,
joked
says armor,
about
shields,
before we
stealth,
met
hiding,
Lorelei.
hiding.
You know, Zane's like, oh, that's probably the worst thing that's ever happened to me. Let's do it again! Just like that.
I like Flack's personality.
Ryan
Very
says you gain advantage on attack if your target can't see you. That's what he thinks it is.
Okay, thank you, Ryan.
Thank you, Ryan. Okay, so I do get advantage.
Can't believe it took us that long. It's because it's PvP.
That
It's-
one, first one.
And that'll definitely get it. So that is a 24 to hit.
Yep.
And my sneak attack is an extra 5d6.
Yeah, it's sick. And did you also look up Dread Ambusher? Or do you see what does Dread Ambusher do again?
Well, there is no ambusher in the first round of combat.
Okay.
The doppelganger has advantage against any creature it's surprised.
Okay. Sorry.
I have a question. In my portal, am I able to see onto the ship still? Or no?
You're in
My hands
you're
are
in
too
outer
small.
space. You 3 are in outer space.
I'm not. Am I? I thought it broke.
It did break, but it
Yeah,
breaks
but
out
it broke
into
with
outer
you
space.
inside of it and it
Oh,
disappeared.
okay. So we still don't have
No,
No,
there's
no.
actually. It's not outer space like you think about.
The way they
So
described it
that's
to me,
6,
at World's End,
9,
Pirates of the Caribbean,
12,
Yeah.
15,
that's what it's like.
19,
Oh god.
24 points of piercing
And I'm
damage.
no longer a bear.
Revert.
If she came out, would you buy that my dead body flopped out too?
Yeah. No, I said
She
that
said that. He said that.
because the Bone Devil tried to grab your body and it shocked
Oh,
him.
Alright,
that's
second attack.
this one you're-
Is a
This one you're
12
visible
to hit.
for,
No,
so
a 14 to hit. No, fuck. 16 to hit.
Nope.
that's your regular AC, not your bear AC.
Yeah, no.
So
Okay.
second attack does not hit. Your turn.
Ha.
What?
You're out of Mountain Dew.
Oh no!
You get a 2-liter on the counter. You want
Yeah.
some?
I have more cans in my car.
Well, she's gonna go at him with her dagger.
Alright.
Not another shapeshift. I'm shocked.
Well, does
10,
she have another shapeshift?
17.
Just 2.
17.
Yes.
She already used one turning into the blue whale.
Well, okay, but it's per short rest.
We haven't gotten a rest.
That's
They've
why
had
you-
at least an hour.
Yeah,
I will buy that.
Okay.
I've been able to sleep, hence the exhaustion, but
Yeah.
I would buy
A
the
short
short
rest.
rest.
True.
Okay. Anyway, what did you get to attack?
17.
That'll hit.
Why'd you paint it?
Because I wanted it to
7.
seem more real. I wanted you guys to think I was interested in playing this character.
7.
And it fucking worked, I guess.
Okay.
7 points
You-
of damage.
7 points of damage. All of you motherfuckers ate it up.
I didn't know shit about this character.
Alright.
And then I want to disengage. Can I do that?
You
Disengaging
can't
is
do
normally
it.
a standard action.
yeah,
Yeah, it
it's
is an action.
actually
Never
your
mind.
action.
Didn't you take what was it? Oh, never mind.
No,
Wrong
she's all-
character.
Wrong character.
You can take a risk that he'll swing on you and run, but he might also get a hit against you.
Yeah. Hold on.
Sorry, bro.
Sorry. No, you're good.
No, I was saying sorry to Josh.
Oh.
You what?
I could have survived that.
You what?
I could have survived that.
Now that you're thinking about everything you could have done.
Oh yeah, once you do that, after a character's dead, you'll find 100 different things you could have done. It'll piss you off. Don't, because it also represents your character being panicked at the moment. You know? Because suffocating does that. It's legit.
Okay. Yeah. No, that's all I'm gonna do.
One check.
That's all I can do.
That's all I have
Okay,
to
so you're
say.
not going to risk him.
Landon.
You're not going to
One
run and
check.
risk him swiping at you.
All that was.
Because you don't have to disengage to leave. You can leave. The thing is, he might get to clip you before
Yeah.
you
No,
leave.
I'm not gonna worry about it.
Okay.
Failed it.
Alright. My turn?
Yep.
Alright. Hiding is my bonus action again.
Scuttle.
He's just cheering her on.
That is a 29 on my stealth.
Yeah, it hits. Oh.
Yeah, that hits.
Well, what if it were an attack?
His stealth hits you.
Yeah, his stealth hit me.
No shit.
Stealth. You're gonna roll perception?
Oh.
It's your
Yes.
perception though, so it's not a.
Yeah. I'm trying to get back to the
Yeah,
my
you've
character
got-
sheet.
Playing a druid, you have to have several pages open. I get it, but it is
I'm
a
still at a disadvantage, right?
disadvantage because you're not a shapeshifted animal.
Oh
this
god.
time.
Can't get much more disadvantage than that one.
Okay.
All right.
That is a 9.
I rolled 29 on my stealth.
Yeah,
I'm hidden
you're
as
hidden.
Fuck. Now I'm swinging. 19.
Or not Scuttle. God damn it. That's the second time today I've done that.
9 is.
Yeah,
Go
her
on.
AC is
Eight to hit.
yeah, it's 18.
Yeah, my AC is 18.
Yeah, that definitely.
So that hit.
Sorry, I was late. It was a little bit more
You were
time.
like 2 minutes late.
But everybody was already here. We could have started early.
28 points of piercing damage.
Brady wasn't here. You weren't here.
I'm still up. It's
Alright.
fine.
Second attack.
Oh god.
This one's the dinky one. Like the second attack. The second attack's
Because I
usually
only
like...
get sneak attack once per turn.
Okay.
Yeah, the sneak attack's the one that hurts. The
It's
other one...
24 to hit.
Damn it, yes.
That will be 6 points of piercing.
I keep going the wrong direction.
No wonder you have hit points still.
That's my
Okay.
turn.
I'm okay. Yep, we're good.
All right, Zalaria. You know your hit points and everything else.
Yep, she's gonna turn into a lion.
But it's more quiet.
Yeah, hold on. I was trying to read this before,
Roaring
but
20s.
yeah.
Why can't be the quiet one? Just a little bit of quiet.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Fireball.
What's your point, person?
Lightning
Fireball
bolt.
distance.
Lightning bolt. Sleep.
Eldritch Blast.
Death.
Okay. Do I need to roll perception to try and find him since he's
No,
stealth?
no,
He's not stealth.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
when he attacks, he comes out of stealth.
Okay, I got you. She is going to try and bite him again.
The bite.
Do I still roll at disadvantage then?
Didn't work,
I don't
'cause
think
you
you
blew
ever
on
have to
it.
roll your attacks at disadvantage.
Yeah, no, because I've got.
No, it's just skill
It's
check.
You know-
only your skill check.
You attack like normal. Spotting him is usually a disadvantage unless you have advantage again.
Okay. Well, then that means I have.
I don't want it that close to my face.
No,
This is
never
too
mind. That's
fancy.
on wisdom. Never mind. Okay, I got it. We're fine. I got this.
Yes.
Does
you
a,
did.
a 20 hit?
Is it an app?
Nope. I got a 15 and it's +5.
Mortified 20.
That's another 8 points of damage.
Points of damage.
Yeah, multiple attacks, am I correct?
Not with a lion. I
What?
don't think so. Hold on.
It'll be just before. You should.
I have pack tactics, pounce, and running leap.
Oh, that's legit though. Okay, I believe it's your turn.
Alright. Once again, same deal. Hiding. That is a 17.
Does the lion have the special senses?
Yeah, I have keen smell. Hold on. I gotta find. 15.
You get a 17.
Okay.
Alright, so I get advantage.
Ooh, you should read pounce though.
Keen smell though. Does that do anything?
It gives her. Jesus fucking Christ!
Hit my hand on the cabinet. I'm
Kind of
fine.
deserve that.
Ugh.
It's more really.
No, I don't want
That's pretty cool.
Don't do it again.
What?
What if the can explodes and then we
The
got
can-
shrapnel?
That's not the way fire works. It's taking
It's
the
exactly how fire works,
No.
actually.
No, it's taking the oxygen out of the can. And
Well, it's also burning the gas, causing that rapid expansion.
there's no rapid expansion.
Yes, there is rapid
Not with
expansion when
butane.
things ignite.
Not with you.
Whenever something
Where the
ignites-
fuck are you?
He's in the bathroom!
We don't need him. He's the DM.
Alright.
Fuck!
Oh! Does a 28 hit you?
We already determined that it's
Yeah.
related.
Yeah.
It
does.
Doesn't it?
I have a song ready for me.
12, 17, 23, 24, 29 points of piercing.
Yeah, I'm no longer a lion,
No
too.
longer a lion. Alright, second attack. Does a 18 hit you?
That meets my AC.
So that will hit. That is another 10 points of piercing.
Close are we? Oh. Wait, you're not a lion anymore?
No. I smoked the lion away with my sneak attack.
Fuck, dude. And I believe it's your go. I like that. I can go pee and I come back in. You guys still do it.
Yeah, we determined that we don't need you.
Have fun on Sundays.
Okay,
I'm
and
gonna go find a gaming group.
Cool, I guess we'll just play strip poker one Sunday.
Wow.
Well, you're not gonna be here.
Oh,
I'm gonna
fuck.
use Thunderclap.
Is it verbal or somatic?
It's somatic.
Strip poker.
But that's it?
That's it.
But inside the silence spell, does it make a noise?
Because it's a thunderclap.
I would assume it doesn't make a noise.
Ryan!
We just went into well, we have to look up Zone of Silence is what it is at this point. You look up.
it's just the silent spell.
Yeah, you look up silence real quick. Read Thunderclap out loud for
Well,
me.
actually,
You create a burst of thunderous sound that can be heard up to 100 feet away. Each creature within range other than you must succeed on Constitution saving throw or take 1d6 thunder damage. The spell's damage increases by 1d6 when you reach 5th level, 11th level, and 17th level.
Okay, here. For the duration, no sound can be created within or pass through a 20-foot radius sphere centered on a point you choose within range. Any creature or object entirely inside the sphere is immune to thunder damage, and creatures are deafened while entirely inside it. Casting a spell that includes a verbal component is impossible there.
So you know that can't work. So
Okay.
it's like just somatic. Holy shit!
You can still do the damage.
No.
No,
No,
because it
'cause
says
it's from the
immune
sound.
to thunder. It specifically says immune to thunder damage.
Yeah.
And that specifically said thunder damage.
Fuck, where was I on my spell list? Damn it, Jonathan!
What did Jonathan do?
He dropped his dice.
Well, it's just human.
It scared me. Yes, Coconut, that's exactly right.
Coconut greatly disapproves. She's like, why is the Tarrasque not also here? Yeah, Philip, a little Philip going on?
Or
Coconut disappears.
Coconut's just an imp.
Jet would be Ducky.
Rest in peace, right now.
That was fucking
Army is gonna be
intense.
so sad. No, she's. I don't know.
Got me some players lately. Just
Well, I'm pretty sure lately it's been Landon getting players, not you.
what do you mean?
You got
He allowed me to do it,
No.
so
Yeah, I could have run the same thing. It's just
That's not going to be helpful.
it's a good opportunity to make it to where because it's another player, it puts your guard down. I could have doppelganged you a long time ago.
I guess that's true. I'm sorry, I'm trying to...
It's your character's life on the line. I get it, Mandy. It's cool.
Their guard wasn't down when they met Mickey.
They did kind
It
of.
was fucking, who the fuck are you?
It was.
Why are you
actually.
here?
You guys did kind of run Mickey through the gauntlet a little bit.
Mhm.
I'm literally taking.
Anybody else's new character just is like, hey, adventurer with us. Mickey, it's like, fuck you doing? Who the fuck sent you
Who the
here?
fuck are you, Mickey?
What the fuck is your problem?
They already
Rah!
have Leon. They hired me.
Where the fuck is he going?
He's taking a smoke break because I'm trying to figure out what the fuck I can do. Leave me alone. It's fine.
At the end of the game, I have a question.
I mean,
You better figure it out in 7 minutes, because in 7 minutes, Josh and I are leaving.
I'm sorry.
Whether you guys are done or not,
Can't
we
ask
work tomorrow.
I was seeing.
Yeah, so do I.
Yeah, but we gotta be there at 7.
I had a total of 83 HP.
You don't want you guys to have Discord against every new player,
Fuck!
but you guys do let them in way too easy.
Nice.
That's a fart. Locked and loaded.
Oh, God.
Oh, locked and loaded. It didn't actually
It's
free.
the tummy grumble.
And tumble grumble.
I'm sorry, guys.
Don't be.
Positioning the cannons.
Again, your character's life depends on it. I've been patient with everyone else's turn.
I mean, all of their characters are gone, so who are you really harming now besides me?
Ooh, snap, son. They're gonna knife you in the parking lot.
Why do so many spells have to be verbal?
Almost all of them are.
Silence is the sound of forgiveness.
No, screaming in silence.
Yeah, you're right.
Well, it looks like it's time to delete the character sheet shortcut from my home screen.
Oh, no.
I almost shot this
Why?
episode in silence. No one can hear you scream, but I thought that might give it away. Winds of change seem to work just fine.
Squeak, squeak. Okay.
You always gotta split the Orient and make sure there ain't no spider crush in there.
You want the spider to be crushed in there.
I'm just gonna cast Tiny Hut. Tiny Hut. Tiny Hut. Sleep for 8 hours. Tiny Hut. Sleep for 8 hours. Tiny Hut.
The tiny hut saved him from attacking you the first time. That's why when I was like, "Are you casting it again?" Because he couldn't do the manacles in the hut.
No, the iron
Iron
balls.
bands. Yeah.
So, okay, so she's actually going to move away from him just a little bit, and she's going to cast.
So if you move away.
Now, how far? Hold on. Don't say it.
Just a couple steps.
Very true.
Like 5 feet or 10, 20, 15?
We'll just do 10 feet.
Then I get an opportunity attack if you're not disengaging.
Okay, hold on.
She could disengage.
Give me just a second.
But that's her action.
Yeah. Okay, whatever. She's going to cast Ice Knife, and she is actually going to use that on him.
No verbal?
No verbal. It's somatic, and I need a drop of water or a
I
piece
didn't
of
cover,
ice.
so she can use
So-
material components.
Yeah, material. That's the word I was looking for. Yeah, and then she'll just stab him with it.
Alright, stab him. Stab away.
Well, the fight's Larry's being a little scrappy here.
Do I have to roll at disadvantage?
Not to attack.
Well, that's a nat 20, so it'll be a 27.
Oh! Not only that, but it's crit. We'll do crit damage.
Can I borrow somebody's d10?
There's one right here.
That is 18.
So,
Do you have any other water bottles, Jonathan?
18.
Oh, I guess I can just drink.
Hold on just a second.
You gonna drink this?
Okay, so it's going to be 18 points of damage. However, I think you have to make a dex save. It says, here's the spell. You create a shard of ice and fling it at one creature within range. Make a ranged spell attack against that target. On a hit, the target takes 1d10 piercing damage. Hit or miss, the shard then explodes. The target and each creature within 5 feet of it must succeed a dexterity saving throw or take 2d6 cold damage.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, under normal circumstances, 18 damage will kill me. But there's a couple of things here. You're making a ranged attack. If you're making it at point-blank range, you have to make that attack a disadvantage. However, to move away from me, to get rid of that disadvantage, I would get an opportunity attack.
I was just going to stab you with it instead of throw it. But yeah,
it is
now
a
I don't know
spell.
if I can do that.
But it's also a ranged attack.
But you can cast a spell in melee. That's a tough one. Because it's a spell, so does that supersede the attack opportunity option? I always assumed it did. Actually, we might have more luck.
You know what I mean?
I think the spell being cast is to just create the knife, and then you throw the knife.
That's the impression I was under.
Yeah.
So I didn't have to necessarily throw it. I could just stab it into you. Because, you still have to hold it to throw it. It's not like pew pew. It's
we got
like...
some rules lawyer in here.
Get on up there. You can do it. You can do it.
Ryan!
No, not unless you have the Mage Slayer feat.
What's the Mage Slayer?
You can do it.
Mage Slayer
baby.
feat. If a spellcaster is within 5 feet of a bad guy and is going to cast a spell, this bad guy get an attack of opportunity. Not in this edition, unless a bad guy has a Mage Slayer
There you
feat.
go.
Oh, okay.
She's like,
So,
not yours.
yeah, man. I'm going to also
You're
look up
gonna
the
get
Mage Slayer
comfy and he's
feat.
getting ready to
But,
leave.
there's
That
still
was a no. You're not allowed to leave.
whether or not the spell is getting disadvantaged because it's being made within 5 feet of me.
Sorry, I'm
It's
not
a ranged
going
attack
to
being
work.
made within 5 feet, which I'm saying should get disadvantage.
Why would I get disadvantage?
Because ranged attacks within 5 feet get disadvantage. That's a rule.
Oh, fuck, I always forget that.
So she would have to move away to get rid of the disadvantage. But if she moved away from me, I would get an opportunity attack. I assume you're pretty low on health. And an opportunity attack might kill you. So that's why this is a...
Well, you are going to cast it, right?
Yeah,
Are you gonna
Ryan does say, yeah, it's a ranged attack, so it has to be with disadvantage. I mean, I can just roll disadvantage again. Roll again. I don't know. You're DM. You figure it out and tell me what to do.
Yeah, you don't get the attack of opportunity, but you would get the disadvantage on the ranged attack spell. So unless you walked away. So you could either incur an attack of opportunity, not for casting the spell,
Right.
because again, he doesn't
Because
have
I
Mage
have
Slayer.
to walk
so,
away. So
you can slam that in his face.
So am I still rolling at disadvantage?
It depends. Are you gonna risk him hitting you?
No,
or you,
I'm not risking moving
Then
away.
you,
from
Okay,
it.
so
then you
yeah,
get
you roll
disadvantage on the
disadvantage.
attack.
That's an 18.
Yeah, that's an 18.
You hit him.
Yeah.
So
Cool.
you hit
It's
him.
no longer a crit. That's
Right. Now you have to roll regular damage, but you still have your dexterity save versus her other damage too.
Yeah. 7. So that's going to be 7 points of damage.
Okay.
And then it's still going to explode, so you have to make a dexterity save.
What's my dex save? Is that for half damage?
It just says the target and each creature within 5 feet of it must succeed on a dexterity saving throw or take 2d6 damage. Except I'm casting it at a higher level, so it'll be more d6s. But it's either you make your saving throw or you take all of the damage.
So
I'm gonna need-
it's save or none.
Yes. Can I have a couple more d6s just in case?
What is the DC?
15.
I succeed. Modified 20.
It shatters and it just you're able to jive out of the way. One last shard comes to you and you shapeshift into a tiny baby arm, and then
And it
it
feels
warps.
big in this arm.
Gross. Anything else?
I can't do anything else.
Okay.
Because I only get one action per turn.
10 doesn't hit you. Okay. Dular bum rushes you. Misses. All right, I believe it's your turn.
Turn. I'm hiding.
Perception check.
Unless he was incapacitated.
Let's who?
If he was incapacitated and she made a ranged attack,
23.
she wouldn't have to roll a disadvantage.
Do I get perception at disadvantage?
You
Is
do.
that what it is?
Because it's a skill check.
Sorry, rules got thrown my way. Are you talking about for spells?
Any ranged
Same
attack.
thing. Hold on.
So if you were standing over someone that's incapacitated and shot an arrow,
17.
Yeah, okay, that makes
Not
sense.
see me. I
Yeah,
get
that makes a
sneak
lot of
attack
sense.
and advantage.
or throwing an axe or whatever. Any ranged attack.
It really likes that, doesn't
Yep.
it?
That's a 28 to hit.
I'm down.
You fall down?
Mm-hmm.
How much
That's
HP do you have?
Well, I had 2 points of HP.
That'll kill you.
Okay, so
I get one more attack. I can get 2 more. I can just get an automatic 2 death
Yeah.
saves on her.
2 death saving throws. It's now your turn.
And you have to make a death save. And if you fail, you're dead.
So I have automatically 2 failures.
Yeah,
Because
when
the
you
attack's
drop,
second.
he hits you,
Okay.
With,
which is
with
2
my
fail.
second attack.
With my parapet of...
wound closure.
closure.
Instantly
Yep.
stabilizes.
You
That's right.
stabilize instantly.
Oh, you should have given her that.
Marzio did
No,
give it?
Marzio gave it to her, not this asshole.
I know.
So, wait. When she...
So it's while you wear this pendant, you stabilize whenever you are dying at the start of your turn. In addition, when you roll a hit die to regain hit
Yeah.
points, double the number of the points it restores.
Okay. So, at the top of your initiative, you stabilize. This is hairy shit right here.
I open up.
Okay.
But now she's unconscious, so she can't do anything.
Doesn't it bring you automatically to 1 hit point?
No.
No,
Mm-mm.
it just
stabilizes me.
Well, then your turn, you're gonna attack
Yeah.
her twice, and that's 2 auto crits.
Yeah, that's going to be 2 auto crits.
He's trying to figure out a way out of it.
No, I'm trying to designate one thing that does go into effect, especially because of how much role playing she's put into it.
Yeah.
I just have to double check because I think it's a +1. And it would be epic if it does changes things.
Silver dragon.
Mandy, I'm going to need you to roll for me.
Okay.
Also,
What am I rolling?
in the astral plane, I forgot.
You double check everything.
Okay, that's fine. Ryan might be pointing out a rule, but I'm asking some questions for clarification. So.
Okay.
Sleep 8
What's his
hours,
rule pointing out?
Tiny hut.
He says that Landon still has to roll to hit me
Sleep 8
even if I'm
hours,
downed.
Tiny hut.
But I'm asking even if I'm
Until somebody
unconscious.
gets there.
And he still hasn't quite responded
Yeah, I'm
yet.
pretty sure unconscious means you don't have to at all.
Yeah.
I could be wrong.
Well, it is also your game, and that's the way we've played it.
That is the way we have been playing it.
Played it in the past that way.
Yeah, that's how that's how Leon got taken out so quick.
That's how Leon got taken out.
Well, I'm with
Okay,
his gods, or old gods, so.
Do me a big favor and
Yep.
make me an attack roll. It's the attack roll of your life. It's +4.
17.
He's
Yes, sir.
you said I had inspiration, right?
Yeah, you gonna give it to her? Why don't you roll it again just in case you get a 20?
I don't think it counts. It fell out of your hand. You didn't roll it.
It counts in Jumanji, Amanda.
Landon, I also need you to make me an early Constitution
Okay.
save before we
Early
do
This
this.
is going to be up to you. Since the dice fell out of my hand, do I still have to roll it?
I don't
I
think
say-
that kind of shit. Just if you whatever you do it every time it happens, and then it'll be fair. So if you drop it and it accidentally rolls on something, from now on, if it drops, that's your roll.
Okay, well, it's up to you guys. Do you want me to
It's your
re-roll
call.
in
It's up to
the...
you. It's you.
I
Look
see
it.
count-
What is it?
It's a 16! It's better than what I got last time!
Okay.
It still hits.
Roll me a d4. You're gonna add 2 to it.
4, 5, 6.
That's only a 13 on my Constitution save.
Okay, you succeed against the Constitution save.
I only have 1 hit point though, so any damage will kill me.
Oh my god.
Dular saved you! I mean, he hadn't been attacking or doing anything else, so I attacked last round.
Yeah.
It makes sense for you to attack again.
Yep.
Right?
Absolutely.
Like fair? No one feels cheated?
Yeah.
No.
No.
Cool. And you'll auto-stabilize. So as the doppelganger is walking on over, he grabs her and starts dragging her out of the zone of silence, turns, picks her up and says, "The Breaker Witch Coven sends its regards." And as it reaches back to take the longsword into your throat, all of a sudden, out of the thing comes a shriek of the pseudo-dragon, and Dular latches onto him and he starts shaking and going, and he accidentally falls into his own portable hole, and the creature stabs him with the tail just a second before it pulls back and he falls in completely.
Oh, all of the portable holes were gone
Oh, sorry, not in the portable hole. Sorry, he falls then
on the deck.
on the deck.
And dies.
Shut up.
And sits there.
He's unconscious.
Unconscious.
Yeah, Dular will spend his turn stabbing him. 2 failed death saving throws. Do you have anything that auto stabilizes you?
No. I mean, I'm a creature. Do I get death saves?
No, not generally.
Yeah, so
So
it doesn't even matter.
an hour later, you'll come to, because that's short rest. You gain hit points, you come to consciousness. And you look over, and Dular is just eating the face off this thing. Just it pulls it up and it sees you, and it rushes on over, and I was so worried about you.
And she's just like, I don't know what that creature was, but now its blood is all over me. It's fine. And she's just going to hug Dular, and then she's going to be like, where's everybody else?
And you look around.
They're gone. There's a portion of floor missing, but other than that, everyone else.
2 portions of floor.
And she's just like clutching to Dular. She's just like, where are all of my friends? And then she's going to start looking for the crew.
Okay. You start rushing up to the crew. You'll see just before you get to the door, there's a section of fire that burns out. It starts erupting immensely and just starts pouring over everything. You're like, why can't I leave? What the fuck is going on next? And you see a brief vision of an incredibly handsome man, your first husband, and he says, "I have Tirth. Come find me."
Oh no.
And then you look back and you see the Breaker Witch Coven cloak, and for a brief second his face sits there with it has an incredibly smooth bone structure, almost to give no anything, and it'll snap its neck around briefly, and you'll hear in a raspy voice, "You're speaking with Nym of the Breaker Witch Coven.
What'd you do with my friends?
This is what you get for killing one of ours. It will not be the last assassination. And then,
They wanted to find out.
so you're like, okay, that's information. Okay, that's information. And then you sit there and look up with Dular, and the camera will pan out, showing the infinite galaxies in the complete opposite ends of each other. Mickey and Tirth and Haley. And then it will suddenly just get all dark, and that's when we end the game.
Oh my god! Okay, we gotta do an outro real quick.
What a
Sorry-
game!
Sorry, it's going to take 2 weeks to get to the next game. But it's greatly appreciated for those viewers that do tune in on YouTube or Twitch and everything else. Ryan, our oldest fan.
Our biggest fan.
Thanks for being here through all that wacky
Possibly
shit.
our only fan.
And
That's a lie.
so after that, I'm going to go ahead and give it away to Mandy and then to Amanda. Mandy, plug yourself.
Come check me out, Madly Unique on Twitch. Most likely going to be streaming tomorrow, which is going to be the first time in 3 weeks. Gonna be working on some cosplay stuff. I've got a convention this week, which is also why the YouTube channel has not been updated. I think now after this, I have 3 episodes to put up. Most likely those are gonna go up next week. I have a Sailor Moon cosplay group that I have been putting all of my energy into, so I've kind of been way too busy for that. But yeah, come check us out there. Also, I know Amanda's gonna plug the Facebook page, but we also have a Discord server. If you scroll down, click on
As of like 4 hours ago.
as of like the beginning of this stream.
But
But if you scroll down and you click on the Discord symbol, it's an invite. You'll be able to do that. You can come chat with us anytime. Maybe we'll post memes. I don't know yet, but it's there.
I mean, the Facebook group is mainly for the memes.
Yeah.
See ya.
So yeah.
Jonathan, you gonna see you
Bye,
guys.
guys.
Get a party
You're
going?
gonna
Josh.
come to the car.
Wait.
Grab it.
Okay.
Josh, do you need a hug?
Oh, go get a hug.
All right, Amanda, it's your turn.
Hey guys,
Can't believe
follow
it.
Sun Diamonds and Dice on Facebook. I link the Twitch stream every single week when we go to stream. And
Hey, I
like
did the
Mandy
asshole
said,
things
we
too.
post
Yeah, you did.
random ass memes all week
Fuck you,
long.
man.
Follow us on
Sorry.
there. Keep updated.
My good job.
Bye, guys.
I should have just went straight ham.